Yo, it's your boy, Theo. We're doing a video on our boy, Darkside Phil. Uh, this was interesting. I just wanted to I just want to say this. This whole weekend was interesting for him. The original plan I had, because I was watching the Pokemon Moon stream, and then he goes into this random 4-minute rant that we're gonna watch, and then this rant seeped into his forums and his Twitter. And so I was looking at this, I was like, oh, this will be a good, I'll do a video on this. Um, so I was just about to get to form the video, and then during Sunday morning, as I was about to hit record, Phil goes in this whole Twitter argument with people on Sunday. Then he announces he'll do a an apology video. So really, I'm probably gonna cover the forums and the Twitter stuff in another video completely, because if I include it here, this video will be way too long, and this video will be long enough as it is. So let's get started.
Very nice. Okay, everyone. Well, now I hope you had fun. Being that I knew people were enjoying the playthrough, I decided to go a little extra long today. As you saw, I went a whole extra hour on stream, which I hope you appreciate. Quite honestly, let me take a look, because I have not looked at stream numbers all day. My God, the stream numbers were terrible. Wow, what happened? We never even... Hold on. I'm actually trying to go back here. Did we ever even get close to 400? We didn't, did we? At least from what I can see. I can't see the entire length of the stream, but from what I can see, which is back till around like 3 p.m., it looks like we barely even had 300 on stream. Wow.
Wow.
I don't know what's going on. Listen, here's the bottom line, and I'm tired of it now. No more excuses, all right?
No more excuses. No more excuses. No more bullshit. Now you guys have, like this kind of terminology, this kind of way he describes these things, comes off pretty bad. It comes off. I'm gonna think what I'm thinking of. It comes off in the sense that his viewers have to send a permission slip or a doctor's note for why they didn't show up on his stream. Like, it's not their responsibility, and so when they tell you why they can't go to streams, you really can't call them out. You really have to say, well, it is what it is. Like, I have my main YouTube channel doesn't get a lot of views, and then when I see that, when I get a video that does look at my character of the week series. First video I did in that series got like 20 views. By the end, it got like 2. Am I gonna, I'm not gonna go out and say, guys, no more bullshit. Why? No more excuses. I had enough. Why did you not watch my videos? Tell me why. It's like, it's not your responsibility. I do a stream as well. I stream sometimes on Picarto.tv, YouTube, Twitch. I go everywhere with streams. And when I don't see people turn up, I'm not like, where do they go? Oh my god. People tell me why you're not here. Like, I don't care why you don't show up to my streams, because I'm able to think that, oh, you did not show up because you have a life. You have things to do. Maybe the timing wasn't right. Maybe the website was the thing. Because not a lot of people like Picarto. Not a lot of people have a Picarto account, which is true. I mean, Picarto is kind of a niche website I only found through another artist. So there you go.
Right? Because the bottom line is people are like, Phil's not engaged in his commentary, and Phil's commentary is boring, and that's why people don't want to watch the playthroughs of the streams. Bullshit.
I love how he's applying these criticisms to other streams onto this stream. Like, that doesn't make any sense. Because the comments about him not being engaged, him being bored, is accurate to his other playthroughs. Look at Watch Dogs 2. Watch Dogs 2 was such a boring video It's a boring stream that I watch his streams through Freedom Chat. I've done some videos on Freedom Chat, and even Freedom Chat wasn't able to save Watch Dogs 2 for me. It was just like I was sitting there, and I'm talking to other people there, sharing crazy emotes, and then, he's just playing dress up during Watch Dogs 2, and it's like, okay, I'm done. I'm out. I can't stand. I can't sit here, watch him fumble through a fucking menu, or him walking around a city trying to find optional things to do. It was the same thing with the Dragon Ball Xenoverse playthrough, well, the second one at least, where he just did nothing but side content. And then when the game was like, okay, here's story missions, he was like, oh, I guess I'll do the story missions. It's like, why would anyone want to watch that? But whatever, let's continue.
In this game, I'm voice acting, I'm engaged, I'm commentating on everything that's going on actively. Bullshit. I call massive bullshit on any idiot who says that about either the Watch Dogs 2.
Idiot. He calls them an idiot. Oh, oh, oh,
which I've been playing recently and really liking, or Pokemon. It's bullshit. I call complete and utter bullshit on anyone who's saying that I'm not engaged and I sound like I'm bored. I'm not. So I've had enough excuses. It just seems to me like people are fucking lazy and don't want to come out to the streams. I don't even know what else to say, you know? Jim Bob says that at one point we had around 350. Well, I mean, this is kind of ridiculous that I can't even get 400 people for a live stream anymore of new games. You know what I mean? It would be like new games. It's one thing if this were like an old game that I was playing, it was boring and, it was an older game most people didn't care about. It's a brand new game. And I can't even get 400 people on stream. I mean, it's ridiculous. So, I don't know. Like, I'll be honest with everyone. I enjoyed the stream today. I had a lot of fun. I did. I had a lot of fun playing this today.
A lot of fun.
But what is the point of doing all the setup for the live stream? Right now, we're at the end of the stream. I've got 230 people on stream. Why? I'm confused. I don't get it.
Like, yeah, your streams start big and then they taper off because people leave. Like, I don't understand how Phil does not think that, like, he thinks as if once you watch his stream, you signed a contract to stay there forever and ever. Like, you can't leave, you can't do anything else. Once you watch his stream, you're there till the end. Like, that makes no sense. I've sat through streams before. I had to leave a stream. Like for example, when Tevin did the Pandalian doors, which were a lot of fun. I loved showing up when I could. And then, naturally I had stuff to do, so I had to leave the stream. I don't remember seeing Tevin complain about me leaving the stream. So, obviously, so why is DSP crying about people leaving the stream if views don't matter? Like, this is the thing, and we can get into a little bit of this in the apology video that Phil did, but we knew that if viewers did not attend stream, that he wouldn't continue streaming the game again. Which is funny how he did this was the same thing he did last year. So I don't know how this is a new thing when he did this before, but okay. And I just love that he this rant is out of the blue in the sense that the people who are watching the stream, his fans, knew the deal. They knew that he didn't hit the views number that he wants, so this game won't be streamed anymore. All this video could have been, was him saying, guys, unfortunately we did not hold enough views, so this game will no longer be streaming. I might decide to stream it tomorrow, just as a last chance, but this game won't be streamed anymore. I don't know. Sorry. And that's it. And then that he could have just said that, and everyone would be like, okay, cool, Phil. But instead, he calls them lazy. Says that what their reasons are excuses, and then and says that anyone that says these things are idiots. This is how you don't talk to your fans. Like you can't treat your fans like this and then act surprised when people get shitty at you about it. Like, let's continue.
Don't get it. But that's the thing. Now people, if I don't stream, people will complain. Why aren't I streaming? Well, because you didn't show up. That's why. If you showed up for the stream, I would bother with it, but it's ridiculous. I don't know. I don't get it. I mean, I'm
Like I did, and I don't even get that. Now that I'm listening to that, it's like it's almost as if he himself forgot what he said in that vlog about how he's changing streaming. Like it's really as if he forgot about that because he's really saying like, well, people are gonna be upset. It's like, but you made a video about it. If someone's upset about it, just say, hey, I addressed this in this vlog. You should have watched the vlog to know that this was happening. You should have asked other fans about this, but this was information that I uploaded like this many days ago or whatever. But instead, he's saying this. Like, and that's kind of where the misconception comes from, now that I think about it. That Phil says that there's a misconception of where people didn't thought that this was out of the blue. Like, he's out of the blue um, dismissing streams or whatever. And it only comes off that way because he never once mentioned the vlog that he did. And he says these things that comes off as something that is new and fresh. So as much as DSP is gonna slam on Eddie in the apology video, just fucking wait to the slamming he does. Eddie didn't have to try hard to make him look bad. He did it all on his own. So yeah.
really heavily considering not streaming this game anymore, you know? I don't know. I'm enjoying it. I had fun. I want to say thanks to those of you who were here for the stream, obviously. But, I mean, even you can see, I mean, it's black and white. It's black and white at this point that my daily live streams, people aren't turning up for them, you know? So, I guess honestly, that might be it. This might be the final stream for the game. I don't know what else to say. And I do appreciate, again, those of you who did come out. And, there were a few things in stream chat that were pretty helpful today. So thanks for that, but I don't know. I just don't know. What's the point? Being completely honest here, what's the point of live streaming if people just don't show up?
See what I mean? Like, he's saying all this stuff, this tone he has, comes off as if he forgot what he said in that vlog. I don't know what's the point. What's the point of streaming? Well, you just said in your vlog about reducing streams, and now you're saying this. Like, where you expect... Now I'm thinking about it, maybe he was expecting that since he made that video, people would all run to his streams. But, whatever. Let's continue.
Like I said, if I do it on premiere days, great. A new release day, you're going to get good attendance, right? Or if it's a special event, like a marathon or a multiplayer event or something like that. Or every once in a while, if I'm just bored and I feel like streaming, but I just don't see the point, I don't. So, alright everyone, that is it for today's Pokemon stream. Right now I'm going to upload all the videos to DSP Gaming. Tonight, I am going to play about 2 more hours of Watch Dogs 2. That will also be uploaded to DSP Gaming. And right now, I am undecided on whether or not I'm going to stream this again. I am, because what's the point? So, anyway, we'll see. I'll think about it. Alright, I'll think about it. Alright, everyone, that is it. Have a good night. So, thank you for being here, and I will see you later. Tomorrow, Pokemon will continue either way. Even if I don't live stream, I'm still going to be recording offline, alright? And so the videos will go live on DSP Gaming afterward. Alright. Alright, thank you. Peace out, everybody.
See how weird that is? Now, let's watch his apology video. His Great apology video. Now I watched this. This is the third time I'm watching it, and boy, you're in for a ride. You're in for a ride. Uh, 8,347 views, 713 dislikes, 387 likes. Oh damn it! Last night, DSP put a very big post, and he removed it. That is a fucking shame. I can't believe. Oh, Sleaze's head. No, I'm not even talk about Sleaze's head. He knows what he did. Let's go to newest. Maybe it's under newest. Dude, DSP deleted his comments. His own comment. He deleted his own comment. The realest motherfucker deleted his own comments. Wow. Okay, there's this. There's this. Oh, okay. Here you go. Well, we'll go back to this. How about that? We'll go back to this. We'll scour the comments after we watch this video. How about that, guys?
What's going on, everyone? Darkside Phil here with a special vlog. Not planning, obviously, to film this one. It wasn't anything that was on my schedule or that I thought was going to be something that I was going to be discussing publicly again so soon. But I do feel that a few things have happened that in the past few days / week, that there's been some developments in regards to my business, in regards to my live streaming. There's been some things that I've said that maybe either I didn't mean to say them that way and I didn't express myself properly the way that I said them, for example, on a pre-stream or on a post-stream this week. And, you know, sadly what ends up happening is when I say something maybe the wrong way or not how I intended to mean it or not really what I was trying to say. You know, I'm a real human here, and
I love that he's trying to push that I'm a human. But it's like he's done this multiple times, and it's one thing. It's one thing to say something and genuinely feel remorse or regret over that. Like, you know, I'm sure if you go through my channel, look at the comments, that I might have, you know, instantly attacked a commenter for saying something that I might have misread. And then someone say, "Hey, man, I didn't mean it that way," and all this. I would read that. And I'm like, "Oh, my bad, dude. I'm sorry." And I try to handle comments differently each time. Like recently, a guy commented saying that I sound like a high functioning retard, but but my videos, but I did good work in the video. All that stuff. Like he was basically trying to say that I should try to enunciate and pronounce words better. And I was like, okay, you know, I like the kind words. Thanks for the kind words. I'll try to pronounce. I'm aware that, you know, sometimes when I speak, you know, I sometimes mumble or whatever. But just so you know, no offense, but you know, the earlier part kind of came off as an insult. You know, I'm not gonna take. I'm not gonna take it personally. I just said that it came off insulting, and then the guy says, "Look, I didn't mean it that way," and so on. See if I mean, and all I have to do is either trust that he generally means that, or you know, think that he's trying to give me the runaround. But I'm gonna assume the better half that he generally does mean that he did not mean it offensively, and you know all that. So I'll take his word for it. But but I'm not gonna start yelling at the guy because the thing is that I don't want is to chase people away by commenting negative opinions that are not founded or are just kind of this or that. Phil constantly does this. In Evil AJ did a video. We might watch it later, but he did it. But there was a video he did. I think in 2012. Was it 2012? It was around the time where he had the PS4 and he was talking about Wolf Among Us, and he said that his viewers need help if they can't sit through a stream or something. And he said that, but he wasn't sorry about that. And then he bullied a kid on Mortal Kombat 10 for asking a simple question. He said that everyone should just go spam his inbox, make it so that he can't use his PlayStation or whatever. And then he makes an apology for that. how many times are you going to apologize? And that's the thing, like, I did an apology video as well on this channel, but I did it because, it made sense to. When I, when I made that video, I generally felt like I needed to make that video to clear the air and all that. But I'm not doing this every year. Or hopefully, let's say, not every year. I mean, I don't think I'm going to do it every year because I don't think I do anything. Like, if I focus on the videos that I've been focusing on, obviously, it's not gonna piss a lot of people off, or I'm not going after someone who is just doing YouTube for fun. Phil does this for a business, like every other YouTuber I'm going after basically, and going after, but it's just how far does he expect us to think? Who is he fooling, thinking that we're gonna take his apology seriously? But whatever.
I make mistakes and I can't always express myself in the way that I want to perfectly 100% of the time. Duh. I mean, you could probably go back over the 8 years.
Duh. But but you never learned. You never looked at the instances where you came off negatively and say, maybe I should have a calm head about this. Maybe I shouldn't be so stressful and take it out on my viewers. He never thinks like that. Instead, he does it and tries to tell us that we should be okay with it because he's a human, and that's not okay. That is a very abusive relationship to have with a YouTuber or with anyone. I mean, imagine being with a partner. You're romantically involved with someone, and that person is an abusive boyfriend or girlfriend. They're abusive, and you can't have it. You start saying like, "Oh, you either want a divorce or you want to break up, or whatever," and obviously the guy who's being abusive, it might not benefit him for you to leave. So he's gonna be like, "Look, I'm sorry that I abused you and I hit you. I'm only human. I'm trying to convey something and I'm doing it through violence. I'm sorry." And then you're like, "Oh, he said he's sorry. Okay, I believe him." And so I'm gonna stay with this guy who's abusive because he said he's sorry. And then next week she wakes up or you wake up saying, "Wow, this person's still abusive. Now I'm gonna leave for real." And then he tells you, "No, look, I'm sorry." Like, how many times do we have to hear him say, "I'm sorry," before it loses its value? Because, and that's how I'm starting to see his fans. His fans are basically abuse victims. He's basically saying that, "Look, I might lash out at you. I might say things to you, but it's okay. I'm sorry. I'm human." Then and so it makes it okay for him to do it again. Like, and the other thing, which is a truth, is that just because you apologize doesn't mean that it's all is forgiven. Not everyone's gonna accept your apology, Phil, and so this video kind of falls flat. And just listen to the rest of it. It's really insane what he does.
I've been on YouTube and find about 4 million examples where I said one thing and then afterwards I was like, oh shit, well I actually meant to say this, or no, really it's more like this, but when I was saying something on the fly, I didn't necessarily say it in a way that was the best way to say something, especially if it's in a way that doesn't hurt people or insult people, right? Something, especially if it's in a way that doesn't say it. No, really it's more like this, but when I was saying something on the fly, I didn't necessarily say it in a way that was the best way to say something, especially if it's in a way that doesn't hurt people or insult people, right?
So what about the guy in Mortal Kombat 10 you told all your fans to send him messages through the PlayStation Network and all that? What about that, Phil? You can't say "I'm sorry" and then expect it all to be forgiven. And this doesn't just make it okay for you to do this. This doesn't make your actions okay, because really, what this should have been was a learning lesson for you. And this is the other thing that is kind of um, funny, is that beginning of this year he said that, "Oh, I'm not gonna listen to I'm not gonna focus on the negativity or the drama," but he focused on the negativity and drama in this video. He started negativity and drama with that Pokemon rant. I mean, look, we're just a minute in, and there's a lot to digest here. So, again, buckle up, put on your seatbelts. We're going in hot.
Um, but what happens is you've got people who literally sit here, and I'm not kidding you. Right now, they're doing it right now. As this video is going live on YouTube, they're sitting here and they're analyzing every little thing that I possibly say to find something, somewhere where I slipped, somewhere where I might have said something in a bad way, or maybe a way that doesn't necessarily 100% make sense, or may be something that's inflammatory to some people or insulting to some people. And that's what they focus on, right?
So, guys, we're here. We're doing it right now. We're watching a video that I'm capturing and analyzing everything he says because I have to analyze everything. Um, no, the reason why I'm doing this video is because I like to think of it as kind of a conversation or an opinion piece, I guess, of just saying why I think Phil is a ridiculous person sometimes. I mean, and this is a ridiculous video. Um, I'm not trying to make him look bad. He's doing it on his own, and that's something that, like, look, if he just said, "Look, I'm sorry" and all that, this video would be a completely different video. I guarantee when I watched this video, I was really hoping that it was a sincere apology, but it wasn't. It He apologizes, but the way he does it is ridiculous, and it's just wait, wait until you hear it. It blows my mind that how he does it.
Right? Not the 99% of the other part of the discussion that's been going on, but that 1% where I said something that may have been a bad way to say something, okay? Case in point, the reason I'm bringing this up is because this past whole month, there's been a ton of discussion around myself, around my YouTube channels, how to improve, how to make them more viable for the modern audience on YouTube. Because the bottom line is, for 8 years, I have primarily done raw video game playthroughs and raw video gaming Let's Play live streams on a daily basis. And it doesn't seem like that's cutting the mustard per se, all right? What I've noticed is a huge drop-off in views. I can't explain it. It kind of came out of nowhere because the first half of this year was great. The first half of 2016 was amazing. Views were up. I have my new channel, KOGaming, that was doing really well and everything was going great. And then all of a sudden this summer, literally out of nowhere, it didn't seem like there was any cause or effect relationship. It dipped massively and hasn't come back to anywhere near the levels where it used to be.
So, so Persona 3 and Scarface never happened, or Fury for that matter. But again, he doesn't want to admit that. He doesn't want to acknowledge those for some reason. I don't know. Um, it's just amazing how he ignores that. Really?
So when I'm seeing something like that, I obviously have to appeal to my viewing audience and say, what's going on? Can you give me feedback? Can you give me suggestions for improvement? What exactly is happening? And you know what? The bottom line is the majority of YouTubers wouldn't do that. The majority of YouTubers out there hide the business aspect of stuff. And you know what? I'm not saying that's wrong or that's right. I don't know. I can tell you that's not my style. As you guys and gals know, especially those who follow me in the long term.
But like, this is another thing I love about this. He says that. Let's hear that again.
I can tell you that's not my. And you know what? I'm not saying YouTubers out there hide the business aspect of stuff. And you know what? I'm not saying that's wrong or that's right. I don't know.
But like, when I follow other YouTubers, like let's say I'm gonna shout out to Mega64 again. I know, crazy, right? It's like I'm almost a fan or something, right? When they bring up feedback and they bring up their business, they bring it up in a way that's more engaging, and they bring up to the viewer's capacity, like, you know, the stuff that's relevant to the audience. That's as far as they go. Like, you know, obviously, Mega 64 fans aren't gonna care about, oh, where are they gonna, let's tell them where to go to film. Let's tell them where they need to do this, or what kind of videos do they need to be uploading, because that isn't fun for them. And that's the other thing that I've said, I think, in another video, is that the worst thing you can do is for your channel is to completely pander your channel to everyone. It won't work. and he has tried to do this, trying to pander his channel to everyone, and it will never it doesn't work. I can tell you right now, it doesn't work. Um, because there will always because like you're always gonna piss someone off. So if you're trying to please everyone, you're gonna be frustrated, and and it's not gonna be a good time for you. So you really need to when you're working on a channel, you really need to do stuff that you want to do for your channel, whatever you feel right doing. If someone gives you feedback, and you really have to, and yeah, you need to look at feedback, but you need to use it in a way that it works for you. If someone tells me like, "Oh, you should make these videos in like completely edited like H3 or something," I might think about that. There might be something I have actually been thinking about doing videos like changing these videos to that kind of style, but at the same time, I am still thinking about it. I might try it in another video at some point, but I don't know if I'm gonna do that. But we'll see. We'll see what happens.
I can tell you that's not my style. As you guys and gals know, this, especially those who follow me in the long term, I'm the kind of person that is completely transparent. I let you know about all the stuff kind of going on behind.
He's completely transparent, but remember, when earlier this year, when people said that, "Oh wow, Phil, you're broke. You don't have enough money," and he's like, I never said I was broke. I never said I'm going through financial problems." And then he talked about his financial problems, but he doesn't. But then he told us that his business is not our business. Um, but the wedding, just talking about the wedding, about Fallout 4, that's none of our business, but he's very transparent, guys.
Behind the scenes, I shared that with you because I really do feel that you, the viewer, are the person who's here on a daily basis, not only to watch my content and enjoy it, but also that's almost like an experience. This whole YouTube thing has been an organic experience between myself and my viewership that I really feel that being transparent has allowed you to feel like behind the scenes and be a part of it. You know what I mean? I don't feel like I'm better than anyone else. I don't feel like what I'm doing puts me on as an e-celebrity pedestal. And a lot of people may.
Well, let's hear that again.
I don't feel like I'm better than anyone else. I don't feel like what I'm doing puts me on as an e-celebrity pedestal.
We all know that's bullshit. We all know that he thinks that he's the best, and that he's the most special snowflake on YouTube. I mean, just look at his forums, look at his Twitter, look at how he sold his business. "Oh, I'm the most different, most realist motherfucker on the internet. Oh, I do raw, unedited gameplay. I'm so different from everyone else. I do things the best way. I'm not like those people who shill. I'm not like the Twitch streamers who plug." Even though in my Pokemon Moon playthrough, I plug constantly by having a thumbnail with my plugging information, but I'm not like those shills. I'm the best YouTuber. Everyone else is the problem. Like, I mean, once you see my forum video that I'm going to be doing, you'll see what I mean. There's no way he does his fans think like the only people who believe him are Sammy. People like Sammy. I know that sounds shitty for me to name drop Sammy here, but like Sammy is a drone that will drink whatever Phil spits. If Phil says he's sorry, Sammy will say, "It's okay, Phil. You are only human. At least you apologize, unlike Fred Fox, who needs to buy my juice."
Pedestal. And a lot of people may say, "But Phil, you say all the time that your videos are better than everyone else who does Let's Plays." You know what? Again, that's just me not expressing myself well. Alright? I don't necessarily think that the way that I do videos is better or necessarily the only way to do it. I personally feel that doing a raw let's play is the best way to do it. That's my personal belief, because you don't get the one-sided fluff of editing out all the parts of the game that are boring, or editing out the fails of a game, right? Or only making the game look good because you're basically doing a paid PR advertisement, which, quite honestly, a lot of big gaming YouTubers, that's what they do because they're paid to do it. All right? That's not what I do. That's never what I've done. That's not what I want to do. And that's not what I intend to ever do here on YouTube. But it seems like that's where YouTube is going when it comes to gaming videos. People want to see highly edited, highly polished gameplay videos where all the fails and all the boring stuff of the game is cut out. It's only non-stop entertainment.
But that doesn't. I love how he thinks that's what people do. Like, it's montages. That's not what a montage is. A montage is just a gathering of clips putting together in some order, but they're not like in some sequential order, but they're, it's like very quick, and it doesn't stay too long in an area. But when people do a let's play, they might take out some fails because they want to make it, like watchable. They take out some of their fails, keep some in, and keep it in a decent playthrough that comes off organically as an organic playthrough, going from like point A to point B. Making these quick little clips makes no sense. This isn't what people do with their let's plays. That's not how they edit their videos. So whatever.
A joke here, fun commentary there, a funny part here, a funny fail there, and literally when you watch a let's play of a game, it's really not a let's play at all. It's more of a best of montage with all kinds of stuff in there that could be scripted. Now, I know there's some people who don't do scripted stuff, and they still find a way to do it right, okay? But I do feel that what I do on YouTube is, at least from my perspective, right, a different way to do it, and a way that has intrinsic value. I do feel that my video style has intrinsic value. It sets me apart from the pack, because unlike all those other guys using all the methodology to get the big views and everything on YouTube, I don't do that. I don't kowtow down to that denominator of looking for that kind of popularity.
So, I also want to say this. Once I say this, it'll be very obvious why he made this video. So, Tevin made a tweet, and let's take a look at the tweet, because I don't think he tweeted as much. He doesn't tweet a crazy amount. Let's go to, oh no, that's Twitch TV. Whoops, no. I'm not Dragon Killer. Really me, Canon, Almighty. So here we go. Basically, DSP hasn't learned anything and only apologized after ReviewTech USA accidentally sent a few new haters his way. That right there should tell you why he made this video. He made this video because he knew that after ReviewTech USA said, like, Phil, it's not your viewers' job to attend your streams, and this is why it turns people off. He said, that's what Rich said. So then all these people who from him went over to Phil to shit on him. So Phil saw an opportunity to say an apology to kind of make him seem like a special victim, and try to turn these new haters into fans. Because he knows if he comes off as a human, like, oh, I'm only a human, guys, I only make mistakes, that these people are going to give him the benefit of the doubt because they don't know him, for a long period of time. So since they don't know him, they will give more benefit of the doubt and become new patrons, become new viewers, so on and so forth. That's what he saw. It's funny, right, that he ran on a rant Saturday, didn't say anything until ReviewTech USA said something that sends him new haters, or whatever. Isn't that a little bit of a coincidence? Yeah. I'm telling you, he's doing this to get views. He's not doing this because he genuinely feels sorry. He's doing it because he can make it into an opportunity. Um, I mean, look at the FAP session he did. He never apologized for that. He actually was like, "Yeah, yeah, man, FAP sessions, woo!" And he went with that joke to kill it, because he turned it into an opportunity for him uh, to make it a money or like a view thing, to make the detractors not have like something on him or something. But throughout that time, he kept also saying that he doesn't want to be remembered as the guy who fapped on stream. But then when this comes out, when he rants uh, at his audience, and someone calls him out on it, oh, now he has to make an apology video because now people know that what he said was wrong. So sincere, right? This is the most sincere apology you've seen, right?
I don't care if I don't get the massive mainstream view on YouTube. The bottom line is all I want is to be able to pay my bills and continue to do this as a business full time.
Look, this is an apology. 5 minutes in, and it's not really an apology. It's basically him selling himself to people. Because think about it. Let's remove everything that happened. Let's pretend that that Pokemon rant never happened. Everyone's happy and all this stuff. And then he made this video without the apology section. Let's get rid of the apology section, and you just hear him saying, "All I want to do is pay my bills, and I'm only human." It sounds sympathetic, right? Or just saying that it's an apology. If you just said that this is just an apology, this can become a thing for him to please to the sensibilities of other people. And that's why he's doing this video. He is not doing this because he feels genuinely sorry, or that he genuinely feels like a jerk for taking his stress out on his fans. He's making this video to please newcomers that are now just hating on him, to turn over a new leaf, to suck his dick, basically. He wants to just kind of come out of this in a way where he gets more views, and that is a very piss poor way of handling an apology. And yeah, if someone's gonna tell me like, "Oh, I'm just twisting his words, I'm making him look bad in this video," this would have been different if this was a 10-minute video of him saying, "Look, I know on the stream yesterday I said some things that I really shouldn't have. I said people were lazy, all this stuff. I know that now that is wrong, and I know that I've been taking from my frustrations out on my fans a few times in the past. I don't mean to. I'll try not to do it anymore. But all I can ask for you guys is to forgive me, and if you don't, you don't. And that's it. Other than that, I'm gonna continue playing Pokemon Moon. See you later." He could have done that, and that would have been a better video. I probably wouldn't be doing a video if that was the video he did, but instead he did a 46-minute video of trying to please random people that aren't his fans. Where's the apology? And there is an apology in here. You might miss it later on, but he does apologize, and when we get there, you'll know.
And the thing is, maybe that's not viable anymore. Maybe I do need to change, and I need to do a lot of things that I don't want to do in order to make this a viable business. And that sucks, right? That really does suck. But that's pretty much the reality that's kind of facing me right now, all right? So anyway, here's what's going on. This past month, facing this reality, all right, I've talked to a ridiculous amount of people. I've talked to my biggest fans, and quite honestly, I've talked to some of my strongest critics on YouTube. I've talked to other YouTubers. I've talked to people on my forums, people in the comments of my videos, people on social media like Twitter, all right?
This sounds like a lie. There's no way he talked to other YouTubers or his strongest detractors or whatever. He never does that. Unless he's talking about that's bullshit, which you don't have to get into him, but that's who he was talking to. If anything, he wasn't talking to PewDiePie. He wasn't like he's saying, "Oh, I talked to other YouTubers. I talked to this to make him sound as if he's connected with the YouTube channels, other YouTube channels or something. Make him sound relevant. Make him sound like oh, he's the guy that we should be watching or whatever. It just comes off so fake. It's ridiculous. But let's continue with this.
And the bottom line is something's got to give, right? And there's been a lot of conversation about things that I can do. Now, there's long-term fixes and short-term fixes. Long-term, people have said, well, you got to edit down your videos and you got to do this and that. I can't do that right now. I'm so busy right now in this gaming season. There's no possible way I could completely change my style of video on the fly. It's not going to happen. If something like that is going to happen, it's going to happen long-term. Say, over the course of next year, I try to implement a phase kind of plan where, okay, I'm still doing the raw gameplay, but now I'm going to massively implement time so that I could do this edited style montage of the game for, say, KOGaming and stuff like that. But we're not there yet, and it's nothing that I could do as an overnight fix. What I've been looking for are overnight fixes, and some people will call them band-aids, yeah. But let's face it, I got to do something in the short term to try to make stuff better, right? I can't just keep doing the same thing over and over. You know what they say? Insanity is doing the same exact thing over and over and expecting a different result. I can't just do the same exact thing every day and expect that thing.
But he does that every day. He does the same thing. Like, because again, this whole thing with streaming stuff, he did it last year. He did it even this year. This whole thing about, well, if streams don't get enough views, I won't stream it anymore. He did that before. Like, I even had a video in one of my videos, if you look deep down long enough, that he talks about these changes. It's the same shit. He wants that 400 view wall this year, and he's been there before. He did the same thing last year. This isn't new. This isn't something that's, oh wow, this is completely different. This changes everything, Phil. It's the same fucking shit. The same fucking shit. The only difference is that he's been more laxed recently about it. Like, he hasn't really changed it until now. Now he's really putting his foot down. But he'd done this before. Again, check last year. He did it last year.
Things are magically going to get better overnight out of nowhere. Now, let's be honest here. Since I've revealed what's been going on with my business, there's been a ton of positivity coming out and people pledging to my Patreon and people coming out and saying, we support you, Phil. And that is great. And that is obviously a way to help short-term help things. And honestly, long-term too, because the bottom line is if those people who pledge to my Patreon keep pledging, it's going to help me in the long term, all right? But that's also not going to be the end-all be-all savior of everything, and I realize that. And you know what it is that I read all this feedback over the past month, and I don't directly make a video like this explaining, and then I think people think that all of that feedback...
I love that you just said, if I don't make a video like this. This video is an apology video, Phil. This is an apology. This isn't you telling us about your change in streaming. That was your other video. You've done this already. What kind of apology is this? This isn't an apology at all. Now of course, Phil said, "Oh, I did apologize." He did apologize, but 8 minutes in, he didn't say he's sorry. He's just talking about his business, about his 8 years on YouTube. Again, we can't get a video without him talking about his 8 years on YouTube.
Is falling on deaf ears when in reality it's not. It's just that I can't actively respond to every piece of feedback that I get. And I'll be honest, a lot of people cannot help giving feedback without insulting too. It's like, well, here's a bunch
just like how you can't turn down feedback or handle anything without insulting anyone. Like, you went on a rant on Pokemon and you couldn't say that, you couldn't hold your restrain yourself from saying wow, people are lazy, or these people who say these things are idiots. Like, you couldn't hold back from saying that. You couldn't hold back from insulting people who like Twitch. You can't hold back when people tell you should edit your videos. Like, he slams on so many people, and he's telling us that, oh well, you guys can't give feedback without giving me an insult. But you insult everyone around you.
Positive feedback. Oh, by the way, Phil's a lazy fuck. Well, that's not going to help. You know what I mean? Like, you could give as much positivity and constructive feedback as you want, and as soon as you could put in that insult, you've completely destroyed any kind of a case that you had for trying to help out, and people need.
But you also, but yeah, but like when look at the forums and look at his devout fanboys like Sammy, Ash, and all that. They are afraid to get banned. They don't want to be banned, so they don't try to um, improve Phil. They just kind of do whatever Phil says. If Phil said, "Oh, tomorrow I'm never gonna be playing video games ever again," Sammy would probably say like, "I'm gonna miss you, DSP, but it's okay. You did what you want to do." Like, but if this was like an actual fan, they were just like, "Hey man, I don't think that's right. You should probably play more games. Maybe do this." But have these people that gave good criticisms to, he slammed them, said that they're sock accounts, and banned them. Look at Prime. Everyone, let's take a moment and let's take a remembrance of our boy Prime. Prime, I know you're out there. You tried to help DSP, and DSP banned you for no reason. Prime, Prime, Prime. Okay, let's continue. Hopefully, we all give our respects to Prime. Okay, he was a boy. He was a boy.
To understand that too, all right? But anyway, I'm getting off topic now. The bottom line is, quick fixes for my business have seemed to be either number one, leaving YouTube streaming altogether and going back to Twitch, because now people are saying pretty much no one streams on YouTube anymore. It's that simple. Almost no one streams on YouTube at all. YouTube Gaming last year, let's face it, was a hideous failure. YouTube claimed they were going to make gaming popular, streaming popular on the website. They haven't. They literally launched YouTube Gaming and they did absolutely nothing whatsoever to promote it, nor to actually make it viable or convince anyone to come watch streams on YouTube. They've done nothing. You can't just launch something and then just leave it alone and expect that it's just going to massively grow virally. I think Google may think that that's the case.
Like KOGaming, right? He left it alone, and then he's like surprised that no one's watching his videos. Irony.
Or something, because that's what happened with the Google search engine, and that's what happened with YouTube in a way. But that's not how life works, right? In business, you actually have to have some kind of a competitive edge, and YouTube gaming streaming has no competitive edge.
Like KOGaming. I mean, Phil probably thought that it would probably be as viral as DSP Gaming was, but you can't just understand that doing nothing to a channel is gonna make it great again.
So, when you're faced with, gee, do I continue to live stream daily on YouTube, or do I go to Twitch, where that's where all the popular stuff is? When a new game comes out, people are searching for that game, and you can come up in search results easily, and you're going to get organic viewers that are going to come into your live streams just because you're on the most popular streaming platform there is. Obviously, that looks more appealing than streaming on YouTube. Now, I've already given a bunch of reasons why, at least right now, I can't immediately jump ship back to Twitch and say, here we go. In fact, I'll be honest, not only is it a technical aspect, meaning the ability to stream at a quality that I feel is acceptable, but also record at a quality that I feel is acceptable, which is the reason why I left Twitch to begin with 2 years ago. I've actually heard many things about you could fix that now. Like, there's a new version of my streaming program, OBS, that will stream at one quality to Twitch, but record at the higher quality for YouTube. So basically, it fixes the whole issue that I had 2 years ago, okay? There's also philosophical differences that I have, business reasonings that I have for not going back to Twitch, and I might have to eventually just bite the fucking bullet and say, you know what, even though I really disagree with a lot of the stuff that they do over there and the philosophy that they have over there, because the bottom line is, I don't feel that Twitch is about quality gaming streams at all. They don't care about the quality of the stream that's put out. They just care about how much money the stream makes. That's why, if you look, in the 2 years since Amazon bought...
Kind of remember that he said that oh, they don't care, they just care about subscriptions and all that. Because he later on says, well, actually, I'll just tell you now, so you don't have to wait. He later on says that he doesn't want to stream on Twitch because he won't make any money, even though he's not making any money off streams right now. So there's 3 things right there that kind of contradict each other, and they don't really make a case for him or make sense, because How can you say that, oh, well, Twitch is all about that money and subscriptions, but I won't stream on Twitch because there's no profit gain or monetization that I can get out of Twitch. But I don't make money on streaming. If you don't make money on streaming, then why does it matter if you stream on Twitch or anywhere else? Why does that matter? Who knows?
Twitch, have they improved the actual video quality of the website? Have they massively increased server capacity? Have they done anything really to say, look, here we are the premier streaming service and here's a ton of quality stuff for you? No, they've said, here's t-shirts, here's new emotes you have to pay for, subs, basically every possible thing to fundraise rather than improve the quality of their site. And I'm completely the opposite of that. I'm of the belief that you can improve the quality of a site while you also make it profitable. It's not all just about the money, which it seems to be that entire site is about. There's so many examples I can give of people that violated the...
But he won't give the examples, and I like how he's like, well, it's all about t-shirts and all this stuff, but this is coming from a guy who has a Patreon, and you give money and you get something out of it. Doesn't his Patreon sound like a subscription service? I mean, we can really go on about how this whole thing with Twitch makes no sense, or that it's kind of hypocritical for him to slam Twitch for doing stuff that he's doing on his own channel. I don't know, but whatever.
The site rules did nasty stuff on that service and were massively forgiven just because they bring in money to the site, and I don't agree with that at all. And I also know, let's be honest, if I go back to Twitch, I will be the redheaded stepchild. I will be the guy that 2 years ago left the site because I was so furious with their practices, right, that coming back, there's no way I'm ever going to get any kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? I can't even think of the word I'm looking for, but any kind of consideration from those people, right, that, they're probably going to be on my ass. They're going to be like, you're not streaming at the right quality immediately and do this and this and that.
I love how he thinks that Twitch are like the fucking Nazis of streaming. Like, they're not going to bum rush your door and be like, oh, you're not streaming. They're probably just going to send you a message. Hey, Darkside Phil, your bitrate is a little high. Can you please lower it in your settings? And that's it. Like, even when Twitch like told him that to begin with, when it started, when he left, was just a message saying, "Can you please lower your bitrate?" And then he got pissy, and then he left. So he really is taking this way too personally than it has to be. And I love how I was like, "Oh, they're gonna be on my ass. They're gonna be watching me." They watch basically any small. They watch their streamers. Yeah, they have preferential treatment, but what website doesn't? He bitched about YouTube having preferential treatment, but apparently Twitch is the worst with it. I guess I don't know. Whatever.
I'll be having people monitoring me. I know it. I just know it because that's how they kind of operate their business. Is they have preferential treatment. Excuse me, to those who are the big guys, the big dogs, and everyone else.
Oh, big dogs. But, like, again, he said YouTube does the same thing. They prefer the big dogs of YouTube over his small little channel. So what does it matter where he goes?
This is kind of just shuffled under the rug. So there's a lot of reasons why I don't want to go back to Twitch, all right? I might eventually do it, especially if it is true that I can stream.
Remember, this is an apology video, guys. I know we almost forgot. We're 12 minutes in, and we probably forgot about this, but this is an apology. Okay, remember that.
To their standards, okay, but I can still record the quality that I want for YouTube. Maybe I'll go back. We'll see. But there's been a lot of other discussion about me reducing the amount that I live stream. And this is really the meat of the video, what I want to get to. Reducing the amount that I live stream, because the bottom line is every day right now I've been live streaming at least 3 to 4 hours. Okay?
Okay.
And what it does is a few things. Number one, it oversaturates. When I'm live streaming every single day, it's not special. it's something that becomes commonplace, right? And because it's commonplace, people tend to say, well, it's going to be there every day. I don't have to actually show up for it because it's commonplace. Phil will be streaming every day and it's not a big deal, right? And that's the problem, is when it becomes not a big deal, then people don't show up anymore. And here I am every day setting up a stream, maintaining a stream, making sure the quality is good, asking people how the volume levels are, doing all this, doing all that. When there's a blip in the stream, I gotta try to figure out what caused that blip and try to adjust it, right? And I have to be here on a set schedule to stream every single day rather than having the flexibility of recording whenever I have a free time and all that kind of noise.
Noise.
And for what? When, quite honestly, if you actually look at live streaming, at least my live streaming, besides when I do a brand new release and I cover it for 1 to 2 days, or if I'm doing a special event like a marathon or maybe a multiplayer session of a new popular game, then people come out to watch. But in general, when I'm doing, let's say, a longer drawn out playthrough, and I'll give a perfect example, a game like Dishonored 2, where the game was 15 and a half hours long, after the first 2 sessions that I did, almost no one showed up to the streams anymore. Because let's face it, 2 reasons. Number one, because a lot of people aren't caught up on the playthrough. Not everyone can watch 8+ hours of gameplay within 2 days and be able to be caught up and be there for the live stream of that game. And number two, because a lot of people are either playing the game themselves, right? And so they don't want to be spoiled on what's going on in the game by watching me play it so rapidly throughout that launch weekend, right? Or various other reasons. There's other life reasons why you can't be there for a live stream every day. Maybe it's appealing to you to be there for the premiere stream, but it's not appealing to you to be there for every moment of every piece of game.
But remember what he just said about that, how, oh, I stream every day, and, and notice how understanding he was as to why people don't show up for the streams. Remember these reasons he listed, okay? Now, he's about to take a sip. Guys, get ready.
Gameplay of that game over the course of the weekend.
That is so disgusting. Like, he's like moving his first moves his ball like really close, like he's like trying to sneak it in, and then he makes that noise. Like he slurs it around his mouth. Like I kind of already regret doing that because it's fucking coffee stains teeth, but he drinks water and he's like, and he does it so close to the mic. Like, it's driving me crazy because I have these I'm wearing headphones, so it's like really loud for me. Like it's like, oh, it's so gross.
And what I'm noticing is basically the same exact things for games like Watch Dogs 2 and Pokemon Moon, which I'm now playing. The premieres were great, and after that, the viewership drops off dramatically because people are just, they can't catch up, or for whatever reason, they're not going to watch this incredibly long ongoing playthrough as a live stream. Now, that's different. A few years ago, I think maybe people had that mentality, and now things are more on YouTube becoming more like, well, it's a commonality that people are doing these playthroughs, and so I don't need to be there every single day, right, for the live stream or whatever. So I understand that. But I had this discussion this week. There's a vlog on this channel from earlier this week where I said, I'm just going to cut back then on the live streams because the bottom line is I don't need a live stream every day. And if I cut back on live streams, the people who watch those live streams are, hopefully would watch those videos on demand on YouTube. That's going to give me more views there, which is going to obviously help with my business because right now, the viewership I'm getting on streams doesn't count as much as a view on a video. And I know that sounds weird, but it's true. Think about it. If you tune into a live stream for 3.5 hours, that's 1 view.
Okay, let's do the math, guys. We're gonna do some math. We're gonna take a little break from that. Okay, so we're gonna draw a little diagram. So he said, so we're watching the stream. Okay, this is the stream. La la la. There's the play button. There's the volume button. I know it's very great drawing. Live, and there's DSP fucking around in Stickman the game. Okay, great. So that's 1 view for this stream because you have 1 window open, and it's a continuous thing that will eventually become a video in and of itself. When you end a stream, it becomes a video. So that is 1 view. Okay, you're 1 person, 1 view. Okay, so then we're gonna draw happy guy. That's 1 view. Oh, okay.
If you watch 9 to 10 videos, that's 10 views.
Okay. So you gotta give it a weird thing watching 9 to 10 videos, okay, and that's 10 views. But let's just say 10 videos. So I'm just gonna do 10. These are 10 videos, okay. I'm not gonna draw 10 little monitors, okay. So if little Billy over here is like, yo, I'm gonna watch 10 videos. Each he has to click on 10. Wow, 10 individual videos. And when you click on that, it opens other players. So like you're like that's one video. That's one view. That's another view. Another view. Third video. Another view. So on and so on and so on and so on and so on. Those are 10 views because is he talking about like per video? Like it would be 10 views per video, or will it be 10 views like does Phil not understand the concept of the difference between a video and a stream, or like just because you watch a playlist, it does count as multiple views because YouTube loads another video. Like all the views on part 1 and part 5 are not one continuous view. I don't understand what this is dumb what he's trying to say, because it makes sense. If you watch 10 videos, that's 10 views because it's one view per video. So he would get 10 views in total for that playthrough, because if someone watches 10 videos, that is 10 views. That makes fucking sense. But like how does he not get that?
And I know that sounds stupid because I agree. Why is it that if someone watches something for 3.5 hours and watches advertisements during it, it doesn't count as much as watching 10 separate videos? I don't know. That's YouTube's mentality. That's not mine.
Because one is one video, and then watching 10 videos is watching 10 videos that gives you 10 views. Oh my, you fucking kidding me. Phil, how do you not understand the basics of watching videos? Like, a child could understand this. A child could understand this. But whatever.
I think that YouTube still, I hate to say it, in a lot of ways, is still in its infancy.
Infancy.
And it hasn't perfected these kind of metrics or analytics or whatever you want to call them. It should count the same, but it doesn't, right? And a lot of people have been saying you're live streaming every day and you're losing out on thousands of views a day because you're live streaming stuff that you don't really need to live stream. You're doing an ongoing, elongated playthrough of a game that has a lot of content. Why are you live streaming it every day? Why are you setting it up there and having to basically lose out on gaming time because I have all the setup and the pre-stream and everything that I do every single day, right? And I have to adhere to this schedule where I have to staunchly be here at certain dates and times and stuff. And people are basically just saying, stop all of that. You're doing it too much and you've oversaturated everything. And what you need to do is go back to the way you used to do it, where you just play games on your own, have fun with them, upload the videos, and yeah, for special occasions then, like the launch of a game or whatever, you should live stream. And I understand that and I agree with that. Now, I also know that there's going to be a group of people, the people who are kind of my core audience, who are there every single day, no matter what I live stream, who are going to be disappointed in that because they feel now betrayed. What the hell? I've been here for every live stream Phil's ever done, and now he's going to just cut back on live streams. How is that fair to us? And listen, I understand that. It's kind of like a double-edged sword. No matter what I do to change my business, hurts someone, right? Someone gets hurt. It's someone who's going to be kind of not screwed, but disappointed with whatever changes, and I get that, and that sucks. I know that for a fact. The difference here is that I'm trying to be 100% transparent with you, and I think this is where all the drama happens with me and YouTube, is that I am transparent. I come out and I try to tell you everything going on behind the scenes, and I try to explain to you what's going on and why I'm making critical business decisions.
That's where all the drama's coming from, not me snapping at a ton of viewers for not watching or anything, or insulting people, bullying people in that Mortal Kombat 10 stream or anything. Obviously, that's not it. Where's this apology?
Any other YouTuber probably would just say, well, I'm cutting back on live streaming. Sorry, everyone. And that's it. And there's no further discussion, and there's no explanation. They don't make multiple vlogs about it, and there's nothing about it, right? And you either accept it or you don't. But for me, I really care about the viewers, and I want you to understand why I'm doing something, right? If the live stream...
See, this is what I mean. He made this video to please their UTech USA fans, not to his fans. This video wasn't for the fans. If you're a fan of DSP, this video isn't for you, unless you're Sammy, because Sammy, as I said, just drinks the Kool-Aid. But this video was for them. It's for the Review Tech USA fans. Jesus. And then I like how he's kind of saying this stuff, and he sounds like a parent, like trying to tell, like, son, I'm giving you broccoli because it's for your own good. If you don't understand, you need to eat the broccoli. Like, come on.
Streams every day were super popular and there were a ton of people coming out for them and they were profitable for me, then I would do it every day. But the bottom line is, it's not. You know what I mean? I'm not getting any kind of a significant viewership on these
And but I just love, again, how he said he's not making any profit off streaming, but he won't stream on Twitch. Because he won't make any money off Twitch, but he's not making money off of streams right now. So, where's the lie? Because, obviously, he has to be making some kind of ad revenue through his streams. If he's not making money off his streams, then why is he not going to Twitch if there's no monetary gain there? But if anything, there is a monetary gain with Twitch because there's Twitch subscriptions that he can have, but whatever.
Ongoing live streams, that's making it viable for me to keep doing it, especially if people are really feeling that it's hurting my overall viewership on my playthroughs because I'm streaming every day. It's just reality, okay?
That's
now,
reality.
What's happened is these past couple of days, I've been streaming, in particular, Pokemon Moon, okay? And I personally feel, and the people who've been here for the live streams at least, have relayed to me that Pokemon Moon has been one of my best playthroughs in a long time. I'm completely engaged in the game. I'm doing little jokes and things, better commentary than I've done in a long time, and that has been a major criticism of my game playthroughs as of late, is that it seems like when I'm playing these longer form games, such as Dishonored 2, I'll bring another one, another good example, that game was great and I loved it, but there wasn't a ton of stuff to do crazy commentary on, you know what I mean? Unless I wanted to talk about completely off-topic stuff, which I don't like to do when I play games, there wasn't a lot of stuff to talk about during that game. It wasn't like, wow, here's a crazy observational thing that I could talk about. It's not like it's Heavy Rain or Until Dawn where there's hilarious stuff or silly stuff happening and you can make funny commentary and stuff about it. It wasn't like that at all. It was a lot of kind of the same kind of gameplay. It was fun gameplay, but it wasn't something that lent itself well to entertaining or engaging commentary. I feel that Pokemon Moon, at least up to this point, has been the opposite. Seeing new Pokemon, naming the new Pokemon, doing voice acting for all the main casts so far. There's been a lot of opportunity for great stuff in that playthrough, all right? But that being said, the viewership hasn't been great. The first day, as expected, the premiere was great. And since then, it's dipped. And yesterday, all right, on stream, at the beginning of the stream and end of the stream, I had this discussion with my viewer base because I wanted them to be prepared for the fact that I probably wasn't going to be live streaming much at all this week coming up. This particular week coming up is a holiday week. I'm going to be trimming my Christmas tree, Thanksgiving, Black Friday, where Leanna is working and I have to drive her to and from work. So there's a lot of times where I can't have a consistent schedule this week anyway, so I can't live stream a lot. And I basically made a promise to my viewer base on stream the past couple of days that if viewership was pretty decent for Pokemon Moon, that I would bust my ass basically to still try to live stream as long as I could this week until basically it wasn't viable anymore, which is probably about middle of this week. I can't live stream anyway, all right? And the bottom line is, the day one, the viewership was great. Day two, yesterday, the viewership wasn't great. We started out with a certain amount and it just went all the way down, trailing down during the course of the stream. Now for me, I can't figure it out. All right, I can't. Logically, I can't figure it out why that would happen because I'm enjoying.
He can't figure it out, but he just said why people couldn't attend streams. So does he think that life doesn't come up between streams, like and during streams, like no one can? Because I guess when you watch a DSP stream, you're there for life. You're there until the end. You're there until DSP can tell you it's okay for you to leave. I guess that's the agreement that a lot of DSP fans have with Phil, is that they have to stay there until Phil says it's okay. Otherwise, they can't leave. Because you can't think that maybe there's life that goes on. Maybe they went to the bathroom. Maybe they had to go somewhere. Maybe they were at a job or something. I mean, like I feel like for me, when I do that EMT shit, I'm at dispatch. I hop on Freedom Chat, watch some videos, and then if I have a call, I have to leave. So I have to leave the stream. Now sometimes that might mean that I might be gone the entire time. I might miss the entire stream because calls take a fucking long ass time sometimes. It is what it is. That's life. People have things to do, Phil. No, the world doesn't stop when you stream.
The game. The people who are in stream chat are telling me that they're loving this stream. It's one of the best streams I've done. The viewer, for a viewer who's engaged and liking that I'm engaged in the game, they're telling me that the content is great. So why is the viewership going boo during the course of the stream? I don't know, and I have to call bullshit because most people have come out and said, well, Phil, it's because your commentary isn't good. It's because your commentary has been boring as of late. It's been blasé. It seems like you're not engaged. You're not enjoying the games you're playing. You're just doing this for a job. And that's why people aren't excited in your stuff. I have to call bullshit. Pokemon has been anything but that.
He has to keep the bullshit. He has to make sure that everyone knows it's bullshit. He doesn't try to say that maybe that he doesn't agree with it, but instead he keeps the thing they said in his rant that he's calling people out on it. They're bullshit.
All right, and it would be one thing if I was just going through the motions. I'm not with this game. I'm really actively working to make this an entertaining playthrough, and I'm entertained by the game, so I know that that's coming through in the videos. So when I see viewership going boo, that tells me that that downward trend has nothing to do with actually what's coming through in the videos at all. All right, and you have to look at it and say, well, what is it? Right? What is the root cause?
Well, that doesn't make any sense. I know my videos are good, so I don't understand why anyone would leave. I don't understand that. That's like me saying, I really like my Character of the Week series. It's the best series I did. I don't know why people leave. I don't know why all my videos don't have 20 views on it. I don't know, guys. Obviously I know those videos are good. So it can't be the videos. It can't be that maybe the characters I picked were boring. Maybe it's because people didn't like it. I don't know. That's bullshit because I like the videos. I know they're good. So it's obvious. So it can't be the videos. It can't be me. It can't be the videos. It has to be you. It has to be you. Okay? Like imagine if that's how every YouTuber talked. Like, Phil, are you fucking this inept that you can't figure out why people don't tune into your streams?
Of why a stream would have plummeting viewership when the stream is engaging and entertaining and fun. I don't get it, right? And I guess I should ask that kind of question publicly more often. Of course, I'm gonna get a ton of bullshit answers from people who are only here to be dicks to me.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? So I don't know. I mean, the bottom line is, if you watch the Pokemon playthrough, right, and you see that I'm getting people who I don't even hear from are tweeting me now saying, Phil, I just started watching Pokemon playthrough. It's great. So if that's the feedback I'm massively getting, then obviously something else is going on. What is it? I don't know.
I don't know.
And I don't know how to fix it. And that leads to frustration. So what ended up happening yesterday, okay, is at the end of my stream, I looked at viewership and I said, well, sorry everyone, but it looks like viewership plummeted today, and I don't know why. Close to 400. I'm actually terrible. Wow, let me take a look, because I have not looked at stream numbers all day. My God, the stream numbers were terrible. Sorry, everyone. At the end of my stream, I looked at viewership, and I said, well, sorry, everyone, but honestly, let me take a look, because I have not looked at stream numbers all day. My God, the stream numbers were terrible. Wow, what happened?
Where did you say that?
It looks like viewership plummeted today, and I don't know why, but as we've already had this conversation, all right, I'm not going to continue.
I'm not gonna play the rest, but he never said that. The only thing that was close to what he said was views and plummeted. Everything else is a lie. He didn't, like, go back to the beginning of this video and watch or watch Eddie's video, he never said, "I'm sorry, everyone," but as per our discussion last, he never said that. He just said, "Oh, bullshit! You all are idiots." Like he said all this nasty shit, but of course, according to Phil, he never said that. He said he was sorry. He said he was sorry, guys. Guys, come on. He said he was sorry. He never said that.
To live stream this game because it looks like people aren't coming out for it anymore. Now, admittedly, then with my frustration in my head, I said something completely wrong, something I shouldn't have said, something that, of course, every motherfucker on the internet who steals my videos, who illegally records my streams, and who takes every fucking comment I ever say out of context to find that one moment when I say something wrong. Here's what I said. I'll publicly admit it.
But okay, look. You know what? See, he's doing all this slamming on our boy Eddie, our hard worker Eddie. Eddie, man, you don't deserve this slamming. But um, Eddie only uploads videos that Phil himself won't record or won't upload. The only times I've seen him upload stuff that Phil has uploaded are stuff for people who want to use it for This Is How You Don't Plays or whatever. He's an archive channel, so like if you want to look for something, he either has it or he can direct you to it. That's how Eddie operates. Like really, honestly, at the end of the stream when he started doing that rant, I literally asked Eddie, "Eddie, are you recording this?" Because I wanted to do a video on it, and Eddie, our boy, recorded it because he knew. Because we all know, Phil would not upload this to his channel. I even looked at the playthrough of Pokemon Moon. That little snippet wasn't there because it was a stream outro. He doesn't keep the streams on his channel. He doesn't that. So of course the stream outro would be lost in time. So of course Phil is upset that our boy Eddie was archiving what he said. But the thing is that there wouldn't have been anything for Eddie to archive if he didn't say any of that. If he just said what he claimed to say in this video of "Oh, I'm sorry, everyone," then Eddie probably wouldn't. He probably wouldn't have uploaded it, or he would have, and it wouldn't do any harm to him because it's just him saying sorry. But apparently, Eddie uploading the video of him yelling at his viewers is taking it out of context. And I want to ask this: everyone in my comment section, please answer me this: if you watched the explanation as to why he's gonna change his streaming and all that, take that. Um, how does that make it okay for him to go on that big rant, lashing out at the end of Pokemon Moon? How does that change the context? It doesn't. The only thing it changes, the only thing that it does is it explains why he is not streaming the game anymore. It doesn't explain how it's okay for him to shit on his viewers like he did in that video. So Phil in this video has missed the point entirely as to what people were talking about. Like, I'm sure there are people who are like, "Oh, I can't believe you're not streaming you're quitting Pokemon Moon." Like, obviously, he's not going to do that. But that, but half the people who were upset weren't upset over that. They were upset with how he handled it. Instead of talking to his viewers with an ounce of respect, he yells at them for not showing up on stream. He called them lazy. He called them like idiots for saying that he's not engaged in his commentary or whatever. Like, those things were what people were upset about, but Phil doesn't get it. He never gets things like this because he can't step outside of his own fucking bubble to see that.
It's out there, duh. And I didn't mean it. As I said, well, it must just be that people are lazy. People want to see my streams, and people.
He didn't mean it. Let's hear that again.
It, as I said, well, it must just be that people are lazy. People want to see my streams, and people are asking me for streams, and they're begging me, and they're upset that I'm not going to live stream. But then when I do a great quality live stream, they don't show up, so they're just lazy.
He doesn't even say that. He says it for like a second. Like, man, I'm really tempted to go back to play that stream outro, but that's not what he said. He said that people are saying that I'm not engaged in my stream. Enough. They're idiots. I'm tired of the excuses. That's what he's been saying. It's not that, oh, he's lazy. And that's also the other thing that is astounding about this video. He says all these other things that can be taken offensively, but that wasn't the takeaway. The takeaway was that he said that they were lazy. That was the takeaway. I mean, yeah, it's one of the things that he said that pissed people off, but there were other things in that video that pissed people off than just being called lazy. Lazy isn't the only thing that people were upset about. It was everything else, calling them idiots, saying that that what they have to say were excuses. All this stuff that he said in that stream were why people were upset. Everything. And he's only focusing on the one word. He missed the fucking point. Completely. Completely. And it's astounding how inept he is about it. He doesn't understand it. He can't grasp that fucking fact.
Obviously, that's not actually what I feel. There's gotta be something going on.
And I love how he says, oh, that's not what I meant. But like, or that you didn't mean it. But when you listen to the tone, that's the other thing. Like, you can kind of tell when someone means something that they say, it's through their tone. That's what makes reading text a pain in the ass sometimes. Because when you read a text, a comment, it's very easy to misinterpret that because you don't know if the comment's supposed to be taken sarcastically or in joking. You can't really know that without the tone. But if someone says like, obviously if he didn't mean it, he would have been like, oh, I guess people are lazy. Like he could have done it in a more playful way, but instead he said it in a way that was serious and it was able to bite him in the butt. But again, he doesn't see this as an opportunity to be like, oh fuck, and learn from it. No, it's everyone else's fault for taking it personally. That's what I'm getting from this video. It's not that he doesn't feel truly sorry for saying what he said. He is just sorry that that people are making into a big deal, and he's sorry that you watched the video and you felt angry. He's sorry for that, not for what he said.
Right? To make people not feel engaged and not stick around for the length of a stream. I don't know what it is, because they used to. And again, I'll say this again. I'm not doing anything like differently than what I used to. When I'm engaged in a game and I'm doing great commentary and I'm actively engaged in it, and Pokemon in particular, reacting to the new Pokemon, the new abilities, naming the Pokemon, doing voice acting, I don't know how more engaged I could fucking be in a game, honestly. And I'm loving the game. That's the other thing I've been telling everyone. I'm loving this game. I like Pokemon Moon a lot. It's fun because it's a new Pokemon game where I'm getting exposed to it for the first time along with everyone else, and I'm seeing the new Pokemon and the new evolutions and everything. I'm really liking this game and this playthrough. Like, I'm digging it. I want to keep doing it. I'm excited today to jump on stream and continue with Pokemon Moon. And I'll be real honest with you, I can't say that for every game that I play. There's some games that after 1 or 2 sessions, okay, I get what the game is. Oh, great, there's another 10 hours of gameplay. Well, I gotta go through it now. This is not the case with Pokemon Moon. I'm very excited to jump back into it on a daily basis, alright? But, because I said this one thing that obviously I apologize for, and it's wrong.
He never apologized. He never did. Like, look, I was looking last night when I was, like, trying to get stuff together for this video. I could not find where he apologized. He never apologized. He, again, lied. And I love how he even said it, like, I apologized, like, as if we are supposed to accept that. Like, he said it in such a very arrogant and, well, maybe not arrogant, but he said it in a very, like, forceful way. Like, he kind of said as if that we should have known he apologized, even though he never did. I looked on his Twitter, I looked on the forums, I looked high and low. He never apologized. But you know what? I'll extend someone to search for me. Did he ever apologize before this video? Before he uploaded this video? Before November 20th? Did he ever apologize? Because I don't think he did. I don't think he ever apologized for what he said. And again, it's not because of the one thing he said. It was for the many things he said. Like, it's ridiculous. Let's hear a little bit of the beginning of that.
Because I said this one thing that obviously I apologize for and it's wrong. I mean,
obviously, I apologize for. He never apologized. Oh my god. And it's wrong. If you know it's wrong, then why didn't you apologize sooner? Why didn't you make this video yesterday? Oh, that's right, because UTech USA was sending you new viewers.
anyone said Phil just called his viewers lazy. They're not coming out to the streams because they're lazy. No, I don't think that's what it is. There's something going on. I don't know what it is.
Again, that's not the only thing that was in that video that made people angry. That wasn't the only thing.
It is, but there's something obviously going on that's not engaging viewers on my live streams. I don't know what it is. Because I said that, that's it. So the whole internet now has to tear me a new asshole. Because Phil said something at the end of his stream on fucking Saturday. So that's it. So now you got these kids who literally, and I'm not kidding, this is not an exaggeration. There's kids who literally every day record my entire fucking stream illegally, which is completely illegal. You can't record anyone's live streams or videos on YouTube. They do it, and they take that one moment. They don't have any of the discussion about how my business is down, how I really need help, and I'm trying to get suggestions for improvement. And then one of the major.
So I guess I'm the. Sorry, that freeze frame. I guess I am the only. I'm the exception, because I talk about his business. I talk about his changes. I show all context that he has. Like I showed. I mean, I did a video on his streaming change video. I did a video on his serious business update video. I did one for his Patreon update video. I did all these videos, so I guess I have a lot of context. So I guess he's only talking about Eddie. Eddie, I can't believe you. Why don't you upload everything in its entirety, Eddie? Why didn't you upload the entire Pokemon playthrough with that video? I mean, come on, Eddie. Really?
Suggestions for improvement has been to cut down on live streaming, and we had this whole experiment this week with Pokemon that if attendance stayed up that I would keep streaming, and that it didn't stay up, and all of a sudden it was down, and I was very disappointed that none of that in context. The one thing that's put up, Phil saying, man, these people are really lazy because they're not coming out to watch my streams.
But that's not what the video focused on, and everyone who watched Eddie's video wasn't talking about him saying that he thinks the viewers are lazy. We already know about your stream changes. We already know that. And the other thing is that even looking at what Rich said, it wasn't even lazy. All he said was, it's not your viewers' job to show up on stream. That's all he said. It wasn't, Phil, I can't believe you said your fans were lazy. Oh my god, blah blah blah. It was just how, you can't expect, your viewers to show up like this. And yeah, but you said that you were changing your streaming. But again, you could have just said that in the rant instead of going on a tirade about how your viewers are lazy, how they're idiots for saying that they don't like your commentary. Like, and calling their excuses bullshit and calling them out on what they say is why they don't watch your videos is fucking shitty. Like, if I asked you guys, why didn't you watch my Character of the Week videos that I uploaded last year, you guys are probably gonna tell me like, oh, well, I didn't watch it because of this. I'm not gonna call you out. Like, how would you feel if I asked why you guys didn't show up for my videos, and then you say like, look, I'm busy or whatever, and I say, bullshit. Dude, that's an excuse. Don't fucking lie to me. I know you can watch my videos. My videos are great. I know my videos are great, so I know you would watch it. Come on, fucker. Like, yeah, you're not gonna fucking give me the time of day. So, him going on this tirade doesn't do him any good. But of course, he doesn't see it that way because he's so good. He's such a businessman.
Of course, that makes me look like a fucking piece of shit. Of course it does. And people will say, well, how's it out of context if you said it? Because you didn't give the whole fucking perspective of everything that's been going on for the past fucking month. Of course it's out of context. Of course it makes me look bad. Duh. But the problem is people don't fucking do the research. They don't take the 5 seconds to figure out what the situation was. Instead, they just watch the one thing and say, well, Phil's a piece of shit. Wow. Phil is a major piece of shit.
But it wasn't because of that one thing. Like, even again, if I watched his streaming update video, I watched that and I watched that rant. How is that gonna change the perspective? How is that gonna make you look any better? If anything, you look more of an asshole than you do without that video because you're yelling at people about something that they already knew was the deal. Because everyone who tuned in to the Pokemon Moon stream, like he even said in this video that he brought it up in the pre-stream. He brought it up. And then he's saying like, well, and then he goes on that rant saying like, almost as if they should be surprised that it's not gonna be streamed anymore. Like they already know. Like again, this comes off as he did that stream update video as to threaten his viewers. Like you better show up to my streams. And then when they didn't show up, like he thought that they were calling his bluff, so he was like, like he would just be so fucking upset and flustered. And that's what happened. He had this stress and frustration, and he was pissed off that people called his bluff, basically. And like, look, your fans know about your stream changes that you want to do. They know that already. So why do you have to go on a tirade against them? Like that's the thing that came out of nowhere. That was the only thing in that video that came out of nowhere, was that he randomly attacked and lashed out on his viewers for something that they already know. Something that they should have known since that video he uploaded. And the beginning of the very stream. So of course they should know that it's not going to be streamed anymore. But why did you have to insult them, go through all this shit against them, and call people out on their bullshit and say that they're idiots? Why did you have to do that? So, like, really, he's acting surprised, as if he's surprised that he insulted his viewers, and his viewers are saying that he's a piece of shit. Like, he's really surprised? Dude, if I did what he did, I really would have been more surprised if everyone was sucking my dick after that. Like, really? Come on.
To say something like that makes Phil a piece of shit. And you know what? If I knew nothing about myself, and I knew nothing about my 8 years on YouTube, and I knew nothing about the frustration and what I'm going through right now with my business, and I knew nothing about any perspective whatsoever, and all I saw was a video.
So he's saying that we need all 8 years to understand that frustration he had in the Pokemon Moon playthrough. Are you fucking for real? So, what you're saying, Phil, let me get this straight. Let me just clear this up. Eddie, better fucking listen to this, okay? Eddie, this is a lesson. You have to upload all 8 years of Phil's YouTube videos. You have to. In order for you to upload clips like this, you have to put 100% of Phil's videos on your channel. You have to do that. Okay? I mean, because obviously, if I saw him in the beginning, I should see why he's a fucking asshole, right? I mean, that doesn't make any sense. Why does him being on 8 years make it any better? If anything, it makes him look even worse. Because how can he be on YouTube for 8 years, notice the importance of a camera and the internet, and saying and understanding that whatever goes on the internet stays on the internet? There's a saying, the internet never forgets. And that's true. The internet never forgets. If you say something, you might delete it, but the internet won't forget that. There are people that I could probably deep search down my Twitter history, find something of mine, bring it back to me, and that might bite me in the ass. Like I might say something in this video that might come and bite me in the ass 5 years from now. It really, this argument, this whole notion of I was here for 8 years is fucking moot, because the internet doesn't forget. And then he goes on to saying in the same video that, we can't talk about things that happened 6 years ago, but we also have to talk about him being on YouTube for 8 years, but we can't think about things that happened in the past. But we need to see stuff that happened in the past, but we can't think about things that happened in the past. You see how confusing and conflicting that alone is?
Video that says DSP Gaming says his viewers are lazy, and I clicked on it, and the one thing you hear is, wow, my viewers are lazy because they didn't come to my live stream.
Okay.
I would.
Okay. Let's see. This is the video that Eddie's talking about. Let's go to the first thing he says.
Very nice.
Very nice. That's the first thing he said.
Okay, everyone. Well, now I hope you had fun.
Okay, everyone.
Being that I knew people were enjoying the playthrough, I decided.
And then, we've heard the rest, and he says that, wow, terrible. So, yeah, where is this? The first thing you hear is that, oh, he thinks his fans are lazy. Stop slandering our boy Eddie, Phil. Eddie didn't do anything. He's a gentle giant. Leave him alone. Eddie did nothing wrong. Eddie lives matter, motherfucker.
Hate me too. But that's not reality, and that's not life, right? That's not the truthfulness of the situation.
Eddie, you fucking liar.
And quite honestly, that's why people hate me on YouTube. That is
Yeah, Eddie, you're fucking definitive proof why people hate Phil on the internet. How does that feel, Eddie? You're the definitive proof. No other proof out there. Not his forum posts, not his Twitter, not his gameplay, nothing else. You, Eddie, you're the reason. Oh, I should have known. After all this time, I thought Tevin was the reason why I made these videos, but it was really Eddie. Eddie, you fucking manipulative person. No wonder everyone on Freedom Chat demands the tyranny to fall. Damn it, Eddie. Fuck. Dude.
definitively number one
the
reason that people hate me on YouTube. It's not that I said that. It's that some fucking idiot spins it.
It's not that he said it. So if Eddie never uploaded that video, if no one uploaded his videos like that ever, no one would be upset. There's no way that could be taken negatively. Are you fucking kidding me? Because again, I was there on stream. I saw his update on his stream video. And I watched that stream, and even I was offended by what he said. No amount of context will save that, Phil. Eddie didn't even have to try to spin it. Like, look, he had a ground with "this is how you don't play" by saying that, oh, this is making me look bad because it's focusing on the negative aspects of my gameplay. See, that I can understand, because he's right. People are taking the negative aspects of his gameplay, like where he fails, puts it into a montage, and that's it. I mean, it's fun, it's funny, but, he has more leeway with that than he has with what Eddie did. Eddie didn't have to try to make him look bad. He just uploaded a clip that, anyone who was even on the stream, understanding the situation, would still feel offended by. Like, the fact that he's not offended that he said anything. Like, again, he just said, it's not because he said it is why people were upset about. It's the fact that Eddie uploaded the video? So why are they upset at you if they're upset at Eddie? Like, I guess that's like a runaround logic, but still, even that aside, how does Eddie uploading make it any different? It doesn't, because even if he didn't upload it, you would still see people upset. The only thing is that that Phil would have a position to say he never said that, and there'd be no way to hold him to it. See, this is the thing that Phil consistently fucking falls flat on, is that he doesn't want to be held accountable for what he says. So when you try to hold him accountable, he'll try to spin it as if, oh, the detractors are making me look bad, or he never said it. So if Eddie never uploaded that video, if no one uploaded that clip onto YouTube, he could easily say he never said it, and no one can prove otherwise. Like, he'll just say, oh, it's slandered, it's dumb kids saying that I said something I never said on stream. Like, I guarantee if he had the ability, that's why he tries to get Machinima to take down other videos, like him rage quitting Persona 3. That happens. Like, he's trying to silence this evidence of him being a dick, so that he can shrug it off easily. Like, look at it. He's like, look at Persona 3. Look at Revan. He calls Phil out, says that, oh, you're being, you rage quit the game, you should have continued, all that shit. And Phil tells him to shut up. I can't remember the exact words, but he said basically to be quiet, and you're contributing to the drama. So he's basically telling Revan to silence himself, because the more he talks, the more drama it brings. But, Revan has every right to voice his opinion. And he was, I don't know if he still is, a staunch fan of DSP. He's a huge fan of Phil, and Phil was telling him to shut up. Like, but okay.
To say that's the only thing Phil ever said, here's the negative thing Phil said. It would be like if President Obama of the United States at one time was really frustrated about
brings up Obama, but that happens. Even in the moment of weakness of him, there was a speech. I can't remember the speech exactly, but he was talking about it was one of the school shootings, and he was talking about these dead children who got shot, and he was crying about it. Naturally, you would naturally cry when you're talking about children who got shot, and there were people who were spinning it as like, oh, look at Obama crying like I want a real man for a president, and I'm sitting there like, he's talking about dead children, I would be more concerned if a president talking about dead children were emotionless. So kids died. They were children. They were young. They have families, and they died. That is all. Rub-a-dub-dub. Time for the that'd be fucking weird. It'd be awkward, and it would just be like off-putting. But Obama had a time of human motion where he was like, "Shit, kids died, and I feel fucking sad," because, believe it or not, Obama is also a father who has 2 kids of his own. It's kind of easy for a parent to sympathize with parents who lost their kids. It's fucking insane, but it happens, Phil. It happens to everyone. People have done it to so many people on the internet that it happens.
About one thing, and he made an underhanded or a comment that really wasn't characteristic of 95% of the stuff that maybe Obama would ever say. And he said this one thing, but that's the only thing that was on the fucking internet today was Obama said this one thing. Everyone would think that he's an asshole, right? But the bottom line is that he has all this other positive spin coverage too. And that's the thing is, I don't get the positive spin. All I get is the negative. For years, let's watch an entire 15-hour playthrough of what Phil did and take the 1.5 hours.
Yeah, because Obama had a whole team trying to explain people why he felt sorry for a school shooting. No. He doesn't focus because he's the president. He has shit to do. He's not gonna that's the other thing. There was an H3 video about Trump getting triggered over Pence getting booed at a Hamilton play. We don't have to get into the politics of that. But Ethan brings up that he puts a scenario where Trump's in a conference meeting talking to all these government officials, and he's on his BlackBerry, be like, typing 10 tweets about stuff, getting worked up about Pence getting booed at that. But that I could see people being a little concerned. He's the president. He shouldn't really be focusing on, Pence should be the one talking about what happened at Hamilton because Pence was the one that was there, not Trump. I could see why Trump would be a little bit annoyed, but at the same time, you don't have to get into that. That might be a whole other video, maybe. But let's continue with this.
Hours out of it where he really sucked and or was really frustrated and or said stuff that could be insinuated as being insulting, take it completely out of context of the whole playthrough and say this was his playthrough of this game, when in reality that's not what it was. It was a 15-hour long playthrough where for a good 10 plus hours the content was good, there was fun stuff, I was succeeding at the game, I wasn't blaming the game developers, I wasn't going crazy swearing and insulting people. But that's the thing, take the one negative out of context, make the video about it, well, hands off, and I got my views for today, making Phil look like a piece of shit.
Yeah, that's what Eddie did. He got the clip and was like, upload, views. Bathe in the views, guys. Got bathe in the views, because that's what we all do, guys.
And that's what it is. That's the reality of my daily existence here on fucking YouTube, alright?
Alright.
Now, here's the thing. I want to say something. I want to say thank you to those who from an outside perspective see this, all right, and they kind of like wake me up to reality, because the bottom line is, you know, yesterday the stream went offline and I didn't think anything of it, and I uploaded my videos like usual, and I played Watch Dogs and all this, and I really didn't hear anything all day. I didn't hear anything, and all of a sudden overnight apparently I got a bunch of
Yeah, sure. All day he never heard anything about. Yeah, sure he did. Okay.
tweets in regards. It's Rich from Review Tech USA, who watched the video from the kid who steals my stuff on a daily basis, that piece of shit, watches this fucking out of context video.
Yeah, Eddie, you steal his videos on a daily basis. Let's take a look at this fucking guy's upload hit pattern, okay? Let's fucking take a look, guys. Fucking insane, okay? 1 day ago, 5 days ago, 1 week ago, guys. This is every day. He does this every day, guys. Fucking insane. I love that image. It's so great. Look every day, guys. Every day. 1 month. You know, like months ago. Like, let's look at the top row here. Every day, guys. Eddie, man, you do this every day, don't ya?
And he tweets me and he says, Phil, you know, this video is the reason why people are turned off to your streams and turned off to you as a person on YouTube and your content. This is why people hate you on YouTube, because of comments like this. And I look at it and immediately I'm like, but this is a completely out of context comment.
No, that's not what Eddie means. That's not what Rich means. He was talking about you saying, like, the whole thing about, like, it's not your viewers' responsibility or their job to go to your streams. I mean, again, if all you said in the video was, guys, refer to the new changes, I won't be streaming Pokemon Go. If you want Pokemon Go, I won't always stream Pokemon Moon anymore. If you want more information, check out the vlog on the King of Hate vlogs, where I talk about it, so you guys can get more in the know information as to why I'm doing this. But this is how it's gonna be. I'm still gonna continue Pokemon Moon, but it might be off stream. That's all he had to say. He didn't have to go on this tirade. Again, watching your fucking vlog is not going to change what you said in that video. It's not going to add a different perspective or anything. It's not going to. Because in the vlog, you didn't insult your viewers. In this, you did. So, what? But again, where's the apology? Oh, wait, obviously he apologized, guys.
Right? It's the one moment of weakness where I said something bad that I openly admit now I apologize for. It was wrong. I shouldn't have said that, and it's certainly...
He never apologized. Let's do that again.
Out of context comment. Right? It's the one moment of weakness where I said something bad that I openly admit now I apologize for. It was wrong. I shouldn't...
Again, I love how his apologies are always, like, preconceived knowledge. Like, you should already know he apologized before he made the apology video. Like, which is fucking insane. Like, how can you make a video that has apology in the title and then say that, obviously I apologized, so you guys should know I apologized? That makes no fucking sense. Like, how, like, and he acts such a, like, how can you act like a dick about it? Like, it's fucking astounding how he has to act like a dick about it. He went Lacy Green on us, guys. This is something I could see Lacy Green doing, which is fucking phenomenal, that he went to this level.
Shouldn't have said that, and it's certainly not the case. I don't think my viewers are lazy. That's bullshit. And that was just the frustration of it just coming out of me and me saying it wrong. I don't think my viewers are lazy. I just think there's something fucking going on, and I gotta figure out what it is, right? What is that core thing that doesn't keep someone engaged for a live stream? I don't know what it is right now. I don't get it, you know? And so, You know, he said, you know, this is the kind of thing that happens that makes you look bad. And, you know, I appreciate that feedback. But what I wish Rich wouldn't do would be saying that publicly on Twitter, because then what happens is, oh, wow, Phil said that. Phil's a piece of shit. They don't see in context. Again, Rich sees it, and Rich kind of knows my history. And Rich,
Like, I was like, oh, you don't see it as the way that Rich sees it, but Rich he didn't say, like, oh, you know, whatever. But again, and by the way, Rich ended his long tirade with his long conversation with Phil by saying that talking to Phil is like talking to a brick wall. That's how he ended the conversation. Keep that in mind.
Rich kind of knows there's a bunch of kids who fucking make it their life's work to just make my life miserable. He gets that because he gets a lot of that too on YouTube. He gets a lot of that kind of hate. In fact, a lot of the same people who hate on me hate on him on a daily fucking basis. So it's kind of weird that we have nothing to do with each other. We barely ever talk. We have like no relation. Even our content is vastly different, yet we still get the same kind of hate. So obviously there you're kind of seeing a pattern, right? And it doesn't really have to do with the content or whatever someone's coming out. It just seems that there's certain people that gravitate towards other people on YouTube and attack the fuck out of them.
Yeah, because I mean I don't know much about Rich, so I don't really care about Rich. I mean, I'm sure that you know the people who don't like him might have their reasons for it. I don't really pay attention to him. Again, I pay attention to Phil because he says a lot of fascinating things. Like this is one of those things that is just like, you know, I want to like it's just how how can this be on YouTube and he be so oblivious to what he says?
Them. I'm just saying. But anyway, Rich sees this and he tweets it, and he's well intentioned, and I appreciate that he tweeted it because I look at it like, wow, Rich is right. Looking at just that moment of what I said, completely out of context, makes me look like a piece of shit, and he's absolutely fucking right. And I should
Again, he's like, oh, it being out of context was what's wrong, not what he said. He doesn't feel sorry for what he said. He just feels sorry that people took it the wrong way. What kind of apology is this? That's like me punching you in the face and saying, "Oh, I'm sorry you did not move out of the way." Like, you would be like, "What the fuck, dude?" Like, yeah, I know I punched you, dude. I know it's a shitty thing to do, but I'm sorry you got hit. I'm sorry you did not move out of the way. I'm sorry you got hit. Like, oh, what the fuck? What kind of apology is this? This apology makes no sense. What kind of a my mind is like hung up on this. How can you be sorry for people watching Eddie's video, but not be sorry for what you said? Okay.
shouldn't say stuff like that publicly, and that's a shortcoming of mine because I'm so real, because I talk about this stuff with you and I share this personal experience with you on YouTube all the time. Stuff like that's a mistake comes out, and that's what becomes the focus of the negative assholes on YouTube, right? But at the same time, I don't think Rich realizes that when he makes tweets like that, especially when it's 5 in the fucking morning for me and I'm asleep and I can't respond to it, that all it does is cause problems for me. Because when he tweeted that,
Oh yeah. Rich really needs when he tweets, he really needs to look at when DSP is awake. He can't do it whenever he wants. Rich, if you're watching this, you have to know the hours when you can talk about DSP, okay? I'm doing it 3:21 p.m. my time. He's obviously awake. So, you know, that's the only time that you can talk about Phil, okay? Only when he's awake. If he's asleep, the boat has sailed. Rich, get with the program.
that, immediately all his viewership went and watched the fucking video. So all that happened is that hundreds, if not thousands, of people who follow his Twitter went and watched the video and said, wow, DSP's a piece of shit, instead of understanding the whole situation, the whole context of everything. So I really wish, and I actually just said this on Twitter, I really wish that if other YouTubers want to have some kind of a discourse with me about what's going on or whatever, PM me or email me, darksidefil@hotmail.com. It's easy to reach me. And Twitter is not always the best avenue to do that, especially when you know that there's going to be a public eye on stuff like that. And the bottom line is, yeah, maybe a couple hundred to a couple thousand people may have seen that video of that idiot who records everything that I do, the out of context,
I mean, like, look, I understand that people might like feedback being, messaged to him. I think it's a middle ground to me. Like, yeah, if you want to like post a comment saying like, oh, you should change this, or give me feedback, or say that I'm doing something that might come off bad, that's fine if you want to comment it or something. But if it's something that is severely personal, or something that if you don't intend for it to start drama, if you don't intend for it to, I mean, I don't know, it's weird. Because I can understand people wanting stuff like that to be PM'd, and although I can understand that as well, but it really, to me, it depends on what you're writing. That's all. I mean, I guess that's what I'm trying to say. Like, if you're sending a feedback to someone, you have every venue to send it to me. By the way, you could direct message me on Twitter, whatever, anywhere you want. Feel free. But but just think about, like, okay, if I'm gonna send them a feedback, like, I don't know, just do whatever feels comfortable, I guess. But yeah, but that's all you can really do. I mean, it's fine if you say like, I prefer you to do it this way. So I'm not gonna rail on him too hard on him wanting feedback like that to be PM'd to him, or direct message, whatever, to him. But he shouldn't demand how he gets his feedback. That's not how it works. You could say that you could prefer one way. That's fine, but you can't tell people that, well, if you don't do it this way, then it's not real feedback or something. I don't know, whatever.
Video, okay, but now because Rich tweeted it, now a lot more people are going to see it, and that's actually negative to me. It actually hurts me, even though it makes me understand, oh wow, I see what's going on. It ends up hurting me even further. I don't think he gets that, okay? So now to end this video, allow me to explain many things, because I want to clarify for everyone definitively the truth of the matter. Because the bottom line is, what you hear from everyone else on the fucking internet, and what you hear from this video over here, and this tweet over here, and these shitheads over here, is not the truth. What you hear from me is the bottom line when it comes to myself and my stuff, alright? Number one, I am not quitting Pokemon Moon. There is this big mass just misunderstanding. I must have gotten like 20 to 30 messages in the past day. Are you quitting Pokemon Moon? I'm like, no. Where did anyone get that idea from? Never once ever in this entire discussion did I say that I was going to stop playing this game that I love. And then I give it, well, Phil, since you're quitting Pokemon Moon, you're a piece of shit. You're only doing this for money, obviously. I'm like, what? What? I'm not quitting Pokemon Moon. I love the game. I haven't even looked at viewership on YouTube to see if the videos are getting any views. I don't care. Pokemon Moon is the kind of game that I know I can play at length. It doesn't.
Except for the time where he looked at views and said that they were terrible, and you guys are idiots for saying that his commentary is unengaging.
Doesn't have to be a rushed game. It could be a game that I play at length and I balance with other games. So even with other company games like Final Fantasy 15 and other stuff, I can play Pokemon Moon potentially on and off till the end of the year as a fun playthrough, right? And I don't feel any pressure, right? I don't. I feel like the least pressure of all the games I'm playing, I feel like that's like the least pressure kind of game where I could just play it at my own pace and have fun with it. It just so happens right now, it released on Friday, I'm having a ton of fun with it, so I'm playing it heavily now, but I'm not pressured to have to rush and finish the game or anything like that. And I don't understand where this mentality is coming from, that people think I'm quitting the game. I never said that. I may stop live streaming it, but I'm not quitting it. That's when I'm really enjoying a game, I'm not going to just quit it out of nowhere. You know what I mean? I'll find a way. If I'm really enjoying...
Yeah, like Disgaea 5. Didn't he enjoy Disgaea 5? And then he dropped it. Same with Parasite Eve, I think. I don't know. What about Talos Principle? And then there's... Oh! Recore! He loved Recore! Where's that game? I thought he really enjoyed it, and then he stopped playing it.
A game, I'll balance it, and now I'll make a comparison here. Compared to a game that I'm doing and I'm really not enjoying it, I'm not going to continue it. And there's a lot of people who, well, Phil didn't finish this playthrough, and Phil quit this playthrough, he rage quit this playthrough. If I'm not enjoying it, why the fuck would I keep playing it? You know? That's my mentality. The whole reason I'm doing videos for YouTube is to play games.
But what about Recore? You love that game, stop playing it. Played it one day, and then it never came back. It was done. It was done. And then, what else? What else? What else? There was another game that I was gonna bring up. Well, maybe...
To show you what the game's look...
Oh, Rage Quit. Oh, yeah! His banner says full playthroughs. Maybe, again, everyone keeps telling him this, to remove that. Because it leads to misunderstanding. Like, look, and I hope he tweeted today saying that, oh, we got some great emails that were good feedback or whatever. I hope one of them was to remove um, the full playthroughs because that is leading to half this confusion and half this frustration with him. If he got rid of that, then it would have been fine. He could even do a free vlog saying like I'm removing full playthroughs because I think that it's leading to more confusion than I want because every time he quits a playthrough, he always has to explain it to people, like saying, Phil, you said full playthroughs. Okay, see, about that, it's like, come on.
Look like from a common gamer's perspective to express my opinion on that game live, and if it's a game that's great, I'll keep playing it, and if it's a game that's okay, I'll probably still keep playing it. If it's a game that I feel is absolutely god fucking awful, like Homefront this year, are you fucking kidding me? Why the fuck would I have continued to play that piece of shit? No Man's Sky? I gave that game more than enough of my fucking time, and it's a fucking stinking piece of crap. You know what I mean? I will stop playing them. So, yeah, I love Pokemon Moon. There's no reason why I would stop. I mean, yeah, it might be balanced. It might be a drawn-out playthrough. I'm not going to quit playing Pokemon Moon. All right, that's number one. Number two, please, please, I have to implore you. When you see or hear something that I say that seems out of context, that seems weird for me, Phil normally wouldn't just insult the viewers out of blue and say that they're lazy. I mean, Phil live streams 360.
But he snaps at his viewers multiple times. So really, part of me wasn't even that surprised that he even had that rant on Pokemon Moon that day. I wasn't really surprised. But at the same time, it's for his behavior.
365 days a year. Phil puts out gameplay videos 365 days a year. Out of the 365 days, were there 2 days this year where maybe he said something that didn't seem right? You know what I mean? But that's the focus that everyone's got to fucking talk about because they got to get their cheap views, they got to get their cheap attention because they're scumbags.
Yeah, oh man, I just have to get my views. I cannot continue my day until I get a DSP views. Phil, you're not that special, to be honest. I don't really care about views I get here, but yeah, we gotta focus on the negativity because apparently he's the only one who can talk about it, even though he said that he was gonna avoid talking about the negativity. He is positive, everybody. He is positive. And again, this is just proving my point that he wants to make drama videos near the fall so he can make free money so that he can pay for taxes or whatever. Because again, let's see. I'm gonna try to remember all the vlogs he did in the fall. He did the Serious Update, Patreon Update, Streaming Updates, and the Apology Update. There's four vlogs. So last year he had swatting, Copyright Strike 1, Copyright Strike 2. I think he had one from Fallout 4, and last one. Oh, the contract renegotiation. So that leaves one more vlog to make, and it will be even Steven with his drama vlogs. Again, it might be a coincidence, but I really am starting to think that these drama vlogs are planned, that they're scheduled. Like, it's a little conspiracy theorist. I mean, I have my tinfoil hat on, but it could be something that he orchestrated. Just saying, not that he orchestrated this, but I think he would find something to make a drama vlog about.
Those people have nothing to add positively to the planet. They don't. Because when you focus only on negativity, that means you have nothing positive or constructive to say. Yeah. And that's the reason why they exist, because they can get attention for themselves by feeding off of the moment of weakness of someone else. So I had this one moment of weakness, right? Please, when you see stuff like that, don't take it as the end-all fucking be-all of who I am. All right? And I know now I'm really...
I just love that it's like, oh, if you talk negatively about me, that you have nothing positive to say, and then, what I said in that Pokemon Moon playthrough isn't the end-all be-all, but anyone doesn't have to look long and hard, or far and wide, to find a video where you slam your viewers. You don't really have to look that hard. Uh, Look at the Sonic 06. There was a part in that game where he told people how to talk in stream chat. But I guess I'm taking that out of context, I guess.
Only talking to my core fan base, and it's far too late for a video like this to have any kind of impact on the commonality of the YouTube viewer. The common YouTube viewer thinks I'm a piece of shit because there's so many videos out there of those moments of weakness that are out of context. You don't understand the situation and where I'm coming from and why I would have been so frustrated or just so overwhelmed at the time that I would say something stupid, right?
Stupid.
That stupid thing becomes me. It becomes synonymous with me as the person on YouTube.
Because you said it. Phil, you can't just say that I say something negative, but that's okay. I say something negative, deal with it. Like, you can't just shake it off you. I mean, that's the thing. Like, this isn't the first time this happened. So you didn't think maybe once in your life, maybe I shouldn't say stuff that's off the cover, vicious. And when he does do it, like, I don't understand. How did he not once he finished the stream? Did he not say to himself, "No, I don't think that was fair of me or right of me to snap at my viewers like that." Like, if I was in his position and I said everything I said that Pokemon Moon rant, after I hit record or I hit stop streaming or whatever, I would probably say to myself, "Fuck, I said something really shitty. I really need to address it immediately and apologize." And I would say like, "Look, I don't know if someone's gonna upload this yet, but you might see that I might have said something in the stream outro that was mean and aggressive, and I didn't really and I'm sorry, all that kind of stuff." But instead, he waits till the next day, makes a 46-minute video, and nothing in this video comes off as genuine. His apology doesn't come off as an apology. He acts as if we should already know he apologized by saying like earlier in the video that obviously I apologized, which he didn't, and then he says like, "Well, obviously I'm going to apologize. I mean, obviously you know I apologized," and he says all this stuff as if we already knew he apologized. Like, this video itself was supposed to be the apology. You can't make an apology and expect people uh, to forgive you or know that you apologized. And the way he apologized, it's so like he didn't learn his lesson. He really just apologized for people for getting upset. Like, "Oh, you're upset at me. I'm sorry that you're upset at me." That's not why people are upset or angry for Phil. This isn't the apology that they wanted. The apology would be, "I'm sorry I said the things that I said." But instead he apologized for people who watched Eddie's video and got mad. Again, that's like me punching you in the face and then saying, "Well, I'm sorry you got hit," or "I'm sorry you did not move out of the way." Like, that's not an apology. That's not the if I punch you, you're not gonna be seeking for me for that apology. You'd be waiting for me to say, "I'm sorry I punched you in the face." That would be a better apology because I'm sorry for the action I did, which is punching you in the face. I'm sorry for that, and I would say all this kind of stuff about it. I wouldn't say that I'm sorry you got hit. I'm sorry you were in that you didn't move out of the way. Like, that's not an apology. That you can't say that to people. That's not the apology that you should be saying, Phil.
And people look and say, wow, when I search for DSP Gaming, Phil said this nasty about his viewers today. He said this nasty about something 6 months ago. Oh my God, last year in 2015, Phil said this and this and this. Wow, did you know that in 2010, Phil was on Blip TV and he made a joke about the Jews and Nazis? Oh my God, once ever.
I love how he brings up last year. Like, last year's still relevant. Everything's relevant. If you're gonna have the 8-year legacy be relevant, then 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 everything else is relevant. You can't pick and choose what's relevant and what's not, Phil. And the reason why people are more offended by the thing you said on Blip TV was because it came off offensive. And this is my personal taste with jokes dealing with racism and all that kind of stuff. It is kind of lazy and it's kind of eh. But if you have to make that joke, be careful of the delivery. Know the delivery. Be sure that it comes up as a harmless joke. Make sure that it's a quick joke. Because the thing with Phil's Dead Space playthrough was that his Hitler joke went on far too long. Instead of it should have been like a quick thing. He should have said it and moved on. But instead, he dwelled on it and dwelled on it and dwelled on it, and it started losing its value. By the time it lost its value, it started to sound insulting, and so people naturally got offended by that. And then, to even look at the rest of his playthroughs, he keeps making racist humor. And again, I have nothing against or purely against racist humor, but I'm against lazy racist humor that doesn't know when it overstayed its welcome. And that's the thing with Phil's humor, is that it overstays its welcome all the time.
Phil made a horrendous joke, learned his lesson, never made that kind of joke ever again, and repeatedly apologized for it and explained that that joke was actually copied off of the Howard Stern show.
Did he ever apologize for that? Because I remember him getting very offended and angry about the guy who reported him to Blip. Where was that? That wasn't an apology, Phil. That's just you yelling at a guy for reporting you. But whatever. I guess he apologized later. I guess, but and then he just kind of admitted that he stole a joke. Because he just said he ripped it from the Howard Stern show. Like, are you like you really want to brag that you stole a joke on top of that? Like, that doesn't. I mean, either way, it's kind of bad, but it doesn't excuse your joke, Phil. You stole a joke. That's pretty bad.
Which is a completely different animal than what people thought it was. But man, we still got to bring that shit up, right? And that's the thing. People just find these moments of things. I'm not even kidding. That moment in 2010, people still bring up to this day. And it's like, are you...
Again, the internet doesn't forget. Of course, people are going to bring it up to you constantly, Phil, because it's a incredibly shitty thing to say that's just fucking insane.
Kidding me? 6 fucking years ago, you still bring it up? One thing that happened, and it's just out of control.
Out of control.
So this video is obviously not for the common YouTube viewer. I really don't feel that a vlog like this, nothing that I do at this point, would ever make people change their common opinion about me, because there's so much of that take the one moment of weakness, and that's become who I am on YouTube, because I show those moments of weakness. How many other YouTubers have these pre-streams, have these behind-the-scenes videos, have vlogs like this?
See, this is what I mean. That he is making this video to please the Review Tech USA fans, to make them suddenly be his fans and his viewers, because he's saying, I am a human. I do these things. I try to make a personable experience. I am a human, guys. He's doing this so that people can be like, I'll watch Phil's content. He's a good guy. He's a good guy. The haters don't know what they're talking about. And then when they give him the chance, and then he does another shit like this, they're gonna become detractors. So look, if you want to give Phil a chance, be my guest, watch his videos, do whatever. But just remember this: he has a history of being a dick. Like these detractors did not come out of the woodwork for no reason. Most of these detractors came because they were actual fans of DSP or whatever. I mean, personally, for me, I may not have been a fan of him to begin with, but I saw him on, I saw the This I Don't Play, and I thought he was an interesting person. And then really what was the last straw was the Hardcore Gaming season giveaway. I didn't care that how he played the game. I didn't care that he played bad. I didn't care about that shit. It wasn't like, oh, fucking Phil, but it's just, it is what it is.
A lot of YouTubers, it's just the content. Here's the content. This is all you see of me, right? And that's it. And I'm not like that. You know, I've always had this interactive relationship. Like I said at the very beginning of this video, this interactive, organic relationship with my viewing audience. And it is a double-edged sword, because in a lot of ways, it's great to have that transparency and to feel like I have this personal connection with the people who have made me popular on YouTube and allowed me to do this as a job. But at the same time, when I have a moment of weakness, it stabs me right in the fucking foot or the ass or the balls or whatever the fuck you want to say, right? And it really does frustrate me. So please, when
That's why you have to be more attentive with what you say. Like doing videos, and that's the other thing I will say about doing these videos that have taught me a lot about making videos is really paying attention to what you say to you. Like one of the takes I did of this video, I didn't like it because I said something that was too much. Like I said, I went on for a very long tangent that was completely irrelevant to this video, or I said something that might have offended someone, or might have started drama or something. So it's like, you know what, that video doesn't really work because I don't like it, and I'm just gonna get rid of it. Um, you have to be attentive to that shit because people are watching your videos and people can take things easily one way or the other. You have to be attentive to that. And especially for a guy who gets who is a semi big YouTuber like Phil, like Phil's size of a YouTuber, you really need to watch all of what you say because it obviously can stab you right in the back because the internet doesn't forget.
When you hear that shit, you gotta understand the one moment, when you think of that one moment when I did something fucked up, please compare it to the other ridiculous amount of moments where I didn't fuck up and the amount of enjoyment that you got out of my stuff. Because I think, unfortunately, what happens on YouTube is you get this kind of black and white judgment system, right? It's either the person's amazingly good or a piece of shit. It's one or the other. There's no gray area. Now, in reality, we're all a gray area. We're all human. We all have positives and negatives. We don't all show them publicly on YouTube.
It does have a gray area though. I mean, just like at because the thing is that if I'm not saying that I'm a better person or I'm the biggest humanitarian person on the face of YouTube or anything, but you know, when I do something that's fucked up, like look, I did a video on Coolman229, and after I uploaded the video, I did get a flag from that video, a strike. I made a video saying, look, you know what, it was wrong of me to do a video on this guy because this guy was just uploading videos for fun. He wasn't getting any monetary gain for it, and I thought it was shitty that I was kind of going out of my way of covering videos of his. So I apologize for that because it was shitty of me to do that. And of course, I got like a lot of people's great comments on that video, but but you get that where I'm coming from with that because you have a window of yeah, I apologize for that, and I have not done something like that ever since. I've not went to another small YouTuber to do a video like that because now I'm looking more closely to what I'm covering. I learned from that video because when I did that video, what I felt afterwards was a sense of regret and a sense that I should really look at who I'm covering in the sense like Phil. He's a sleazy businessman. He says a lot of phenomenally weird things. He handles situations weird, so it's more fun to cover because it's just so bizarre, and that's all it is. Coleman229 wasn't a bizarre situation like that. It was just kind of I really disagreed with his opinions, and I kind of had this. I've talked to him before on Tumblr, and I had this kind of history with him, and it was this kind of a I did that video for all the wrong reasons. But this, it's like I don't have any bitterness or hateful resentment towards the guy. I don't like if Phil is around for 5 years, 20 years, till the day I die. That's fine. He can do YouTube for all I care. But I do these videos because I just want to show how ridiculous he sounds, and this is one of these things.
But in reality, we're all like this. We all have moments of greatness and moments of weakness. And for me, because the moments of weakness have been the focus on YouTube for so many people, that's why I'm seeing as such a negative thing on YouTube when so many others don't show that side of anything, you know? And when I come out here and I make a video and I say, man, I feel my videos are the...
Okay, and this is the other thing. Like, I might brought this up. This is another Mega 64 story, but saying that, oh, no one brings this up, no one does this. They did a video. They were doing a podcast, and they made a joke about transgender people or whatever. Someone in their fan base complained about it. They're like, oh, I got really offended by that and all that, and Mega 64 decided to delete the video and not have it part of their podcast anymore. Like they removed that segment from the podcast. They removed the clip from YouTube, and there you go. I'm sure you can probably find it now, but and they apologized for it. Then this guy goes out and demands a better apology. And I read the apology that Mega64 put out, and it was a very well written apology. And unlike Phil, the opening thing, the first thing you see in Rocco's apology that he posted on their website was, "We are sorry we offended anyone who in our last podcast. We said a joke in passing. A lot of these podcasts are done raw and kind of organic, so we will try not to have jokes like that anymore. We appreciate the feedback, and our goal is not to offend any other fans in any walks of life." All this stuff. It was a very lovely apology thing about it, and he went on to explain it. So, and everyone was like, "Oh, that's a great apology and all that." The guy who demanded the apology then decided to criticize the apology, saying, "Oh, this isn't the apology I wanted. Everyone should apologize." And every other fan after that was like, "Ah, fuck off. I mean, you're looking for attention." Because at first it's like, okay, I can see why people would be offended. Okay, that's fair enough. They obliged the guy, sent out an apology, and then the guy says the apology doesn't go far enough. And then it's like, after that, no one listened to that guy ever again. And that guy went through the annals of time. No one listened to him ever again. But this apology doesn't work. He didn't apologize in the beginning. He tries to sympathize by saying that I'm human, guys. I'm a human being, and it's like that doesn't really work anymore because you're trying to please an audience that's not your fan base. You should really be making an apology for your fans, not for Rich's new haters. Just apologize to your fans for what you said, not for being taken out of context or something, or how it looks. Apologize for what you said. But he doesn't apologize, and he has to try to sneak his way to the high road, or on the pedestal, or try to make himself look like a victim by begging for forgiveness like this. And this isn't even begging. This is him telling you, "I apologize that you took it the wrong way. Deal with it." That's not an apology.
The best Let's Plays on YouTube because they're raw and unedited, and I'm not doing a paid advertisement like these other shills, and I'm not doing the cheap thing over here like a reaction video to a movie or a trailer for cheap views because I'm busy.
While he did a reaction video to movies throughout the summer, he kind of dropped it immediately. Have you noticed that? Like, he dropped it right after he did the vlog on the delays. Those aren't fluff pieces because I don't know. He didn't get a promotional game for the Talos Principle. He claims he might consider that to taking offers from these indie developers that want him to play their games, but he doesn't want to do it. But he was considering it. He got like a few free games. He begs for donations, but he's not like these other shills. Okay.
Working on games. Yes, I do feel pride in my own work. Yes, I do feel that what I'm doing is good, but I'm not saying that other stuff can't also be good. But when I say stuff like that, people take it that way because it kind of sounds like that, even though that's not what I mean. I don't always express myself the right way, and people take that shit and say, "Oh, you're so elitist and you're so fucking up in your high castle of, your ego, and you don't understand that you're not the best thing on YouTube." No fucking shit. Like, of course I know I'm not the best thing on YouTube, right? Now, I don't think that the things that are popular on YouTube are necessarily the best things on YouTube either. I actually think that there's a lot of high quality stuff on YouTube that no one sees because of the way YouTube works. And I've said that for years, that YouTube's system now is broken to the point where people can just follow a formula. And because they follow a formula, they get popularity on YouTube and make money, which is ridiculous because YouTube is not supposed to be a website where you follow a formula of production values, of having big bucks, and putting a ton of time and effort into a fucking highly produced video to put out on YouTube like it's a highly made television program, and then you put it out and now it gets 1 million views. That's not what YouTube is about. That's never what it's been about. But ever since Google bought it out, they completely fucked the business and changed it into something it's not. And it's terrible to see what they've done with this business because it is a shame that you cannot do what I became popular for on YouTube. It can never become popular again. People all the time say to me, "Phil, how do I become a Let's Player like you and get popular?" And my answer is, you can't. You can't. You can't do that on YouTube anymore.
I kind of started dabbling in Let's Plays since, again, I don't have a capture device. I have to use the PlayStation 4, the PlayStation 4's Remote Play, the now released for their for Mac and all that kind of stuff. I capture it that way, which isn't the best way, but it's a way until I get a capture device. And I've been doing that, and I've been getting decent views, and I've been enjoying it. You can. It's just you have to not be like Phil.
That's not what YouTube is. YouTube changed their entire business multiple times to the point where if you just do something like that, a grassroots effort, it'll never become popular. They have completely destroyed that. And I understand that. I'm not stupid, but I'm lucky enough that I started early enough that I still have a viewer base for what I do, and I need to find a way to maintain that and somehow find a little bit of growth. And that's the problem is every time I get a little bit of growth, it leaves. Earlier this year, I had a ton of growth. All my channels were doing better, and then all of a sudden this summer, and I have no explanation why, and no one can tell me why. Not one person has stepped up and said, definitively, here's what happened, Phil. You said this and it turned everyone off. No one said that. And it wasn't like, it's just, how could it be popular one day and unpopular the next? I don't get it.
Oh, let's hear that again.
How could it be popular one day and unpopular the next? No one said that. And one person has stepped up and said, definitively, here's what happened, Phil. You said this and it turned everyone off. No one said that. And it wasn't like, it's just, how
all the people who said why they left, you blocked, banned. You blocked on Twitter, you banned on your forums, you ignored, closed your eyes and closed your ears and said no, 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 and they all left. But that's apparently not why. Okay.
how could it be popular one day and unpopular the next? I don't get it. KOGaming was doing ridiculously well.
KOGaming. Okay, let's talk about KOGaming. I might even do a video on KOGaming. How about that? But let's talk about this. KOGaming, as I've said multiple times, is a channel I was genuinely interested in, and then Phil fucked it up. He ruined that channel like none other. I can't it hurts every time he even mentions it because his Resident Evil Zero impressions was a very good video. Not even joking, I liked that video a lot. It was somewhat informative, surprisingly. It was fun to actually listen to him talk about it, and it was interesting. It was unique. It was interesting to listen to. His hits of the week, that died by March. Okay, unfortunately, that series died. Oh my god, heck, stop. Um, that died. That completely died. Um, hits of the week stopped. Where's the countdowns? He did only some in the weekend. The hateful truths were doing whatever, and then by some fluke with Homefront: The Revolution, he decided to abandon the name of the hateful truth. Which honestly, I liked the name. I liked the name Hateful Truth. It's kind of dumb, but I liked it in that for what it is. He dropped that for cheesy clickbait titles and thumbnails. Everyone and their mom knew that when you do that kind of shit, it's only the novelty is gonna wear off. Because that's why when you look at I've said, his thumbnails and his clickbaity shit, it's so generic and it's bottom of the barrel where I've seen similar clickbaits on channels that are no longer around. I've seen clickbait like this on scrub tier channels that get a lot of trash views and then they just wither away because people got over it. It's all fucking clickbait. That's what Lacey Green does. But at least in Lacey Green's defense, I know I'm saying something to her defense. There's a video where she talks about BDSM, and her thumbnail is her in a leather outfit or whatever. She at least wore that in the video, so she at least delivered on something. But it's still clickbait trash that is just gonna wear out its welcome. And he ran that novelty down to the ground. And it really started to die, in my opinion, since the Umbrella Corpse review. Just look at that thumbnail. Look at the title. That is just grasping for attention. And that channel has been reserved for only new videos. He could have done for new games. Only for new games. Which I knew immediately was going to harm him in the long run. Because if he should have opened that channel to any video game topics he wanted to discuss. But he didn't. And that was the other thing. He kind of said that was the whole deal with KOGaming when he announced it. He was like, "Oh, I'm gonna do a channel. It's gonna be about games and playthroughs and stuff. It's gonna be unique and different." And then he treats it like DSP Gaming, covering only new releases. So the channel naturally died because, no one can. I would never expect anyone to play all these hardcore gaming release titles, rush through them, make a review for them for KO Gaming. No one in their right mind can say that that is a possible feat to do. And it's funny that he claims that, oh, I'm not playing as much games as I did like I did last time, but he's still rushing through games like every other time around the hardcore gaming season. So it wasn't the viewer's fault for why I might be yelling. I'm sorry, I'm yelling. These kind of tone me out, but um, it's not the viewers. It's the fucking channel. How it's him. How he handles the channel. He killed the channel on his own, and it's a tragedy. It's a tragedy of a channel. So and he will never know. He'll never see that. He could have done a video on Dead Rising, the Bioshock remastered. He could have done all these other videos, but he didn't. And KO Gaming became a review channel. Where are the other countdowns? Where's the montages? There is none. There's going to be countdowns in the year-end series, but that's the year-end series. That's a guaranteed series. That's a guaranteed countdown. That's not enough to be in a title, in a banner. Like he needs to do more with KO Gaming, but he doesn't because he wants to focus on DSP Gaming because it's easy for him. DSP Gaming and the King of Hate vlogs are the easiest channels he manages. KO Gaming is the only one where he has to break his back to make his stay afloat, and he doesn't want to do that, so the channel naturally suffers for that. The amount of time he takes to make a video is pathetic to begin with. How quick it is. But whatever, let's continue.
Ridiculously well. And then all of a sudden, the videos just don't get attention anymore. I'm like, what happened? I didn't change. I'm putting out the same kind of quality content. I'm covering the new games. This is what people said they wanted to see for the rest of the year. Where did the attention go? Why do I have 24,000 subs on KOGaming and I'm only getting like 5,000 to 7,000 views a video? I don't know. What happened? How do you get that much? I don't get it. If anyone can figure that shit out, that's what I need to fucking know, alright? I don't need to hear the one moment of weakness where I insulted I insulted people because I was fucking so frustrated about stuff, and obviously I'm an idiot for saying that, and I apologize for it. That doesn't help. And
again, see what I mean? He just brushes this apology under the rug. That's what makes it sound so insincere and ungenuine. Let's listen to it again.
Stuff, and obviously I'm an idiot for saying that, and I apologize for it.
See, I like it's like obviously I apologize for it, and immediately swipes that under the rug and moves on. It doesn't sound genuine. This whole apology doesn't feel genuine. It just feels rushed. If he started with like this video shouldn't be 46 minutes long, to begin with, for an apology for something that he could have made a 10-minute video for.
Right? That doesn't help. And I think that's these idiots who they think that we're just exposing Phil and we're making him see who he really is so that he'll improve. That doesn't make me improve, you idiot. Putting a one out of context video.
It doesn't. Oh, we're making better, guys. That doesn't help me improve. So it doesn't help you improve to show you how easy you are to overreact to something. That doesn't help you. So when you saw the clip of you yelling at your fans, you didn't say to yourself, "Wow, I sound like an asshole. Maybe I shouldn't be. Maybe if I said something differently, it would have been different. Maybe I should keep an eye out for what I say and take the time to think before I speak." Maybe that's what I should have done. Apparently, that's not what goes on through Phil's mind. Are you fucking dense?
Video on the internet doesn't fucking help me improve. Are you that stupid? Yeah, you all must be. Because that only kills me. All you're gonna do is make me completely be destroyed and never be able.
Oh, and of course, he has to call them idiots. He has to.
to make a video again that anyone would ever want to watch, because every time they search for DSP or DSP Gaming, they see Phil insulted his viewer base, says they're lazy. Phil made a Nazi joke. Phil did this, Phil did that. And they see these, 30, 40 occurrences over an 8-year span that make me look nasty. And of course, the "this is how you don't play" videos, rather than, the 40,000 fucking great gameplay videos that I've put up on the internet, the hundreds of reviews that I've put up on the internet. So anyway, to conclude, thanks for listening. Had to get this off my chest. I apologize for being stupid and being human and saying dumb things every once in a while.
Look at that apology. First off, he looks like a kid who did something wrong, and then their parents tell them, "You need to apologize," and they're like, "Oh, okay, I'm sorry," and then it's this and that. And I love it. I was like, "I'm sorry for being a human, okay? And I say bad things. I'm sorry." What kind of apology is that? He doesn't. Let's do that again.
I apologize for being stupid and being human.
Look at that. Look at that. That kind of apology, that might not be his intention, to be honest. I might be stringing this into a certain way, I guess, but it comes off. I mean, if you agree with me, please let me know. I can't be the only one who thinks this. That comes off as he wants you to feel bad that he has to apologize for something he said. I mean, please tell me I'm wrong, because I can't be the only one who feels that way when he says this. Like, "I'm sorry I say stupid things. I'm sorry I'm a human." Like, that doesn't sound sincere. It doesn't sound genuine. It doesn't sound like he's even sorry. It just sounds like that he's sorry he got caught almost. Like, it just sounds like he's sorry that people watched a video that caused him some bad PR. And then he's trying to please the UTech USA fans. Are you fucking for real with this? This might be a long video, but hopefully it won't be 3 hours long. I'll tell you that much.
And saying dumb things every once in a while. Understand that's not the end-all, be-all of who I am, okay? I would hope that at least there's enough intelligent people when you see something like that, you say, "Now, wait a minute. Phil's been around for 8 years. I'm pretty sure that he doesn't just fucking..."
Wait a minute, guys. He's been around for 8 years. Yeah. If you look through those 8 years, you're gonna see negativity, but apparently that's out of context. God. The fucking obliviousness of that.
Can say stuff like that all the time, and I want to get to the bottom of this. And someone like Rich from Review Tech USA, right? He sees it and he's like, "Now wait a minute. Now Phil wouldn't just say this."
What is with that voice? "Now wait a minute." Okay, look. Rich never said that. He never said, "Wait a minute." Phil would never say it. He never said that. Rich said that it's not your viewers' responsibility or their job to attend your streams. This is what turns people off. And that's all he said. The rest of it, I need to look through his tweets. But then he goes on to say, get this, crazy, right? That at the end of all that, he says that talking to Phil is like talking to a brick wall. That's what he ended on. He ended on saying that Phil was a brick wall. Where did this... Oh, now wait a minute. Phil would never say this. He never said that. Because Rich knows this is something that Phil would say.
All the time, and this is bad, and then he tweets about it, and that's good, but it's also bad, You got something to say, anyone,
That's not why he tweeted it out, you idiot.
Send me an email, darksidephil@hotmail.com. You can PM me on Twitter, which I think you can send PMs, I don't even know. There's multiple ways you can reach me without making shit public like that, you know what I mean? Because all it's going to do is just incense more people, right? Because now, even though Rich is well-intentioned, I am very appreciative because he basically calls me out on me doing something really stupid, okay, but then I look at, well, great, because now there's going to be 1,000 people who see that and hate me even more. That's just what I needed today when I wake up, right? Getting ready for my live, I wake up in the morning, get ready for my live stream, I look on Twitter, what the fuck? God damn it. Another day where I just want to fucking play games and have fun, and I got to deal with more of this fucking stupid drama. And it is what it is.
But remember, he didn't focus on the drama this year, guys. But you said something inflammatory on a stream, and you're surprised that it started drama. Are you fucking retarded? Okay.
It is life. That's the life of a YouTuber. At least that's been my
That's life. That's life, guys. That's fucking life as a YouTuber. Oh, man, those YouTubers, they have hard lives.
life. I know a lot of YouTubers don't put up with this kind of shit. They don't have to. I do. That's been my life since I started on YouTube, and I guess it's gonna be till the day that I fucking stop. It is what it is. But anyway, I wanted to make this video. I'm not quitting Pokemon Moon. I don't think that my viewers are lazy. I'm just trying to get to the bottom of what's going on. Yes, shortly I'm probably not going to be live streaming as much anymore. In fact, today's probably the last stream of Pokemon Moon, and it is what it is. That's reality. Okay,
That's
and I
reality.
apologize for being human and for showing that weakness. As often as I do. I try not to do it all the time, but yeah, it comes out, and I fuck up, and I hope that there are.
Again, he didn't learn his lesson because I mean he might have, maybe, hopefully, you know what, the optimist inside me is saying maybe he learned his lesson. Maybe this was enough to make him see that maybe he will be more careful of what he says. But he probably won't. He'll probably repeat the same shit next year or something, or next month or whatever. Who knows how long this new DSP is gonna last? Because it seems very unsure all the time. But again, I'm sorry, I'm human. Who fucking says that? Dude. Dude, even when I did my apology video, I was like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I'm human." Like, come on. Fuck off.
At least enough people who understand how life works to know that, wow, if Phil made a mistake, well, he'll come back from that mistake and he'll provide us now with months and months of entertaining content before hopefully he makes another stupid mistake. That's just life. I don't really have much else to say besides I'm sorry, that I say stupid shit like that. And I'm glad that there are people who call me out on it fairly versus people who just make it seem like that's all I am on YouTube. Okay. That's it, everyone. Thank you for listening. Right now, I probably have to call my parents. Shit. I just realized I have about half an hour to call my parents before my...
Alright. Yeah, sorry guys, I said some stupid shit. Now let's look at some comments, some hot comments. Let's look at one comment. We're gonna look at one comment, okay? Maybe two. Let's read this one. This will be 3 hours. I'm already committed to this at this point. Your content was at its most interesting when you were one of the first to do playthroughs of new releases on your shitty camera. You were doing it because you enjoyed it and made a little cash part-time. You used to upload 6 to 8 videos a day. Now you video spam your channel with 40 videos a day. Ain't nobody got time for that. You might not like to hear it, but because maybe you can't make a living off of 8 videos, but to turn this around, you're gonna have to go part time in the near future. This isn't even factually correct. An average gaming session of mine takes 6 to 8 videos today. Only one of the videos are 20 to 30 minutes long, as opposed to 10-minute videos when I started. I mean, I guess Phil has a point. He's kind of right. But let's look at this. 53 replies. So let's look at this. To answer the question of why so many thumbs down, it's pretty simple. Certain parties hire dislike bots. It's been like this for about 2 years now. Here, I didn't hire any bots. No one hired any bots. These bots are people who don't like Phil. I mean, maybe there's some bots in there. Maybe there's some bots in the mix, but I don't think anyone hiring bots. I think it's a little paranoia right there, but whatever. It's why it's pretty much the same ratio of dislikes to likes on all my videos on this channel overall, except for a few, which they don't set the bots loose on. The bots loose! It's also incredibly easy to do, only it costs a bit of money, which is why it's not on every single video that I do, only on ones like where these idiots feel they can do the most damage, like an apology video like this one, where I blatantly admit fault. Yeah, okay, I see. Sorry multiple times. Bullshit, this whole paragraph is nonsense. Where to even begin? yeah, hiring bots. Well, I mean, we talk about the bots. Let's just ignore the bots, okay? So they're saying that, oh, do the most damage, like an apology video, like this one where I blatantly admit fault for being a human and saying that I'm sorry you looked at slander. Oh, fucking that's what he fucking said. He didn't apologize his fault. He didn't apologize for what he said. He never did. I mean, he said, "Oh, I'm sorry I say stupid things," but like that was like an afterthought. And then the apology was just kind of an afterthought throughout this entire video, because it was just him talking about his how he makes videos, that he's a one man team, why he can't go to Twitch, um, why he has detractors, how much he loves Rich, um, and then when he says this sorry, he's sorry. He's like, well, obviously I apologize, which he didn't before this video. Then when he talks about the apology here, he just kind of brushes it off as if it's like, I'm sorry. Then he moves on to the next topic. He doesn't really sound genuine, but because again, when you say sorry, just because you say sorry doesn't mean that all is forgiven. They actually think that disliking the video and leaving comments such as he didn't apologize on the video is enough to fool the common the YouTube viewer, into not watching the actual video and listening to their own ears. Don't be that gullible. Watch for yourself and thanks. But I watched the video. He I mean, he didn't apologize. It's not like an absolute thing where he didn't at all apologize. He apologized, but it wasn't a good apology. That's all. I think that's it. I think I'm gonna end it right here because I think I'm on the cusp of 3 hours. So, thanks for watching. See you guys in the next video. Have a good week.